Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Haven't touched Wrath in like, fuck, 5-6 months or something, so I don't plan on raiding. I just want to get an 80, she calls it shaman on there in advance for Shadow.
She's a gladiator healer. She's great, and it's cool to see her come so far. It's awesome.
Josh Greenfield, our senior producer.
And Josh.
Nora Valera, my fellow lead software engineer. And Tim Jones, our team's lead designer. It is an honor for us to represent the Classic team and talk to you about so many of the things we're working on WoW Classic. So today, let's talk about the Classic journey so far, plus Cataclysm Classic, Hardcore, and a newer season, Season of Discovery. So you know, WoW Classic was announced at BlizzCon 6 years ago, and ever since that day, the team worked really hard to bring those precious memories of WoW to you and to me. The Classic journey officially started when you joined us in 2018 back in Azeroth, creating a new character. Remembering the importance of having a good wand and being careful of how many mobs you pull at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
We went through the journey of getting your first mount and feeling like you were riding the most powerful machine, making all those level 10s jealous of your speed. Eventually, we hit 60 levels, and we went on to face some of the most iconic challenges, including the Fire Lord himself, Lord Ragnaros. We ran the Gong of Anchorage and saw new Scar Lords walking among us. We completed our journey at level 60 by adventuring into Naxxramas with 39 other of our friends. In 2021, the Dark Portal opened, and all brave heroes stepped forward into a new world to face the Born in Legion. In Outland, we learned to fly and see the world from a different perspective. And after killing many Talbot, we contested ELDEN, and turns out, you know, maybe we were prepared after all. Later on, we explored the coldest continent of Azeroth. We arrived to Northrend, the abode of Zeppelin, and we started hearing about the presence of the Lich King. We became masters of vehicles, and if you're like me, indeed press that red button. Yeah. Oops. All to prepare ourselves for the ultimate combat and defeat the Lich King on top of Ice Cream Citadel. You know, as you heard earlier from our executive producer Holly, our journey will continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you as a love letter to the WoW community. We asked what you wanted, you responded to us, and we listened. And as we move onward, we look to bring new Classic experiences to life. Cata and beyond. We're driven by smart changes as informed by you. So this is Cata for you. You know, but before we talk about all the changes that we're bringing to Cataclysm Classic, let's talk about some of the features that will be returning on your journey to the new level cap to 85. So, Goblins will be joining the Horde, Worgens will be joining the Alliance. Worgens, go! Cataclysm also unlocks a bigger combination of classes and races. For players that like to play as a Night Elf Mage, your time is now. Transmogs are coming back into Cataclysm. Start getting those ideas ready for your next Transmog contest.
Oh yeah, Transmog's back in. I forgot about that.
For the Explorers, there's also where Trilogy makes its debut. And for our PvP fans, Graded Backgrounds are coming back.
Yeah, RBGs. I'm actually excited about that. I'm excited
about that. The world will be changed after sharding of Deathwing. No giant swords just yet, but big changes to Azeroth nonetheless. Along with graphical improvements, literally thousands of new quests await you across different continents. And of course, you will also be able to unlock flying Azeroth. As the world changes, it comes with some of the most iconic dungeons and raids that you have ever experienced. All in all, this comes with 5 new zones, 10 new dungeons, and 7 new raids. And speaking of those raids, Cataclysm had a hugely varied opening tiers of raiding, including Bastion of Twilight, where after defeating our two-headed mage Cho'Gall, A surprise appearance from Sinestra waits. Later, we will venture into Firelands, soaring through rings of fire against Alice Razor, and seeing Ragnaros take his
we know all this,
first baby
yeah.
steps. They grow up so quickly. This is, this is just some of what we know, but what are we bringing new to Classic? What's new for Cataclysm Classic? We have seen a ton of positive feedback in the community around the new Titan Rune dungeon system in Grad, or as you might know it as Heroic Plus, allowing you new deterministic opportunities to gear up. So we're excited to bring the spirit of those forwards into Cataclysm, for you to experience these new takes on Cataclysm dungeons. We will be making updates to the guild advancement system introducing Cataclysm. We want to ensure that guilds that are on the smaller side are not left behind. In past years, we heard from you about wanting to have collections UI in Classic. So we're happy to have introduced that in our final patch of Grad.
Oh, okay.
And now transmogs will live in it too, and they're gonna be account-wide. So get all those alts together and get
interesting.
all that here.
Okay, some quality of life.
Classic gives us the opportunity to revisit the cadence at which we release content and patches.
What the fuck is this add-on? Like, I don't remember having a bag add-on like this.
We're excited to announce that Cataclysm will be experienced at a faster rate, faster than the original. And with that, we're also making changes to the leveling speed for new characters to get to level 80. But these are just some of the changes that are coming to Cataclysm Classic.
I don't like it.
We also have other topics of discussion in the team. But as we said, WoW Classic started as a love letter to the community, and we continue to look to you and you to provide great feedback. So if you're here at BlizzCon, please swing by the Darkmoon Fair that is over there. There's a mailbox where you can submit any questions you have. And for those of you at home, talking to you, there's gonna be open threads in all the WoW forums in every region, and we look forward for your thoughts about all things Classic. Thank you again for taking this journey with us.
Thanks,
as we
Druskis.
venture forward into
I wonder if
our
the person named or is this?
future.
Oh no, I'm
Speaking of
the.
amazing
Yeah, I was trying to
contributions
make my
from the
character summon tanks with a Z,
Let's
but
talk
that was my
about
character actually on the server.
Hardcore, yeah, hardcore. So I have a question for people here. Who here has made it to level 16 hardcore?
Yeah. Who here walked off a Zeppelin?
Very, very impressive. That's really, really impressive. But okay, who here has died before level 16 hardcore?
Yeah, a little bit, many times.
Me too. You and I, my friends, that has happened.
Do I have the thing to?
You're not alone.
Nope.
Yeah. You have joined
I don't
the
like this bag
alongside
add-on. Like,
all
what
these
is it?
characters, including those unfortunate hunters.
Bagnon or
There's a bunch of
Bagbrother?
noobs.
Here are
And
updated
warriors.
stats from end of last
Unbelievable.
What is that?
month. And for our next information of data here, I do not have a data table for this, but let's take a look at some reenactments
item
of the
rack?
3 most common environmental deaths. in
Falls,
hardcore.
drowning, and lava.
So, who else was looting that final
Oh,
mob and
yeah.
forgot to take a look at their breath meter? Or maybe you were too busy typing in the chat in Ironforge and became one with the
Yeah.
Great Forge.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not it. What the hell is this
Mitch
add-on?
Jones.
Or you misjudged the distance
No.
and gravity gave you a moral reminder.
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah, I mean, these are some dumb ways to die, but on the opposite side, there are so much more heroic ways to die. And we have been super excited to see how players have engaged with our new
hell?
feature, Duel to the Death.
Hey, that's me, bro!
Yeah, we're very impressed by the community
Hell
events and
yeah!
all the players
Let's go!
that have
I'm
engaged with
famous,
us to
chat! We
participate
made
in
it!
them. Thanks a lot. But
That's cool.
as Colin
That's
mentioned
cool.
earlier today, we have a new optional rule set coming to hardcore. So we are excited to officially announce that Self-Found will be coming to hardcore in early 2024. Yeah.
I told you guys!
Players that
told
opt
you
into this mode
guys!
won't be able to trade, use the mail, or use the action house until you reach max level.
Yeah!
We hope that you join us to take
Do I have
on
global
this new
ignore on
challenge.
this actually, or that
Yes!
might be in
On
classic?
behalf of the classic team,
Yes!
thank you so much for
Yeah, I'm
joining
gonna
us
need
in the
that
classic
here
journey so
to
far.
like
And we
Oh
can't
my
wait to see
God.
filter out all these
Azeroth.
people that are speaking
Guys,
Spanish.
So now, I know everybody wants to hear more about the season of
SSF
Discovery,
tournament,
so
it's gonna
I'm
happen.
bring in, my senior producer.
How come I can't
Josh
attack this?
Greenfield.
Wait, I was clicking on it.
You guys realize what this means for tournaments? We can do SSF tournaments! That means no streamer benefits! That means no streamer benefits in tournaments! Oh
Wow,
my
look at this
gosh.
crowd. Hello, BlizzCon. My name's Josh Greenfield, and I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic. I'm here to talk to you today about our new
I can't
season
wait.
for a Classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery. Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level, as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So, let's go ahead and jump in.
Okay.
So, it seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name after all, so it seems pretty important to the season. When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when starting fresh in World of Warcraft. When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone, your class trainer will offer you a new quest, and this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute, but after that, after that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more. And that's kind of where discoveries come in. Discoveries are essentially secrets hidden throughout the game world. They usually aren't quests in the traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a kobold mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves, oftentimes requiring more than one player, a little bit of creativity, or some keen observation skills to obtain. One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it inspires. It's a massive world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures. Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find
kinda cool.
to evoke
It's kinda
that
cool.
sense of adventure and exploration.
Week
we
one,
first
it'll be
felt
data
when we
mined. You're
stepped
not
foot in
wrong.
Azeroth. Beyond the next hill, deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden
Hell
things.
yeah, that's dope.
We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found with each other in real time.
Hell
We
yeah.
think that social and info sharing aspect is super exciting, and we can't wait to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found. In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for
W.
Season of Discovery.
I like that. W. No beta, no PTR, no nothing.
Yeah.
You love to see that.
We want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of
enemy
surprises as we can. So we're taking a chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible. The last thing we'll say about discoveries
There we
now
go.
is that we wanted to craft them in a way that really felt at home in original WoW. Many times when playtesting amongst ourselves, we'd find a new NPC or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new? And we're like, yeah, it's new. That's new to the season. And to us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth.
That's really
as it was
cool.
at
That's
this
really
point in WoW's
cool.
history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means. In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially
what?
launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25.
Are we full?
After a number of weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level.
I
for
thought
the
I had
next
auto
phase.
loot
Oh, it's only a few
on.
weeks.
So, why a level cap of 25 to start with? Well, our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW Classic beta in 2019.
That was
We
so
saw
fun.
how much fun the game was when
What
the
the
level was
fuck
capped
is
at a
this
lower
add-on,
level,
Yeah.
bro?
and how players would find
Yeah.
new,
Like Bagnon or
exciting
something?
talent and item combinations to
I don't
optimize
like it.
around. And this is something we've always looked back fondly on, and it's something we
See,
wanted to
is
sort of
this it?
explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time.
Yeah.
There's a major
No.
goal of this level
What
banded
add-on is
approach
this shit?
To really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is
So
is
it's
it
not
too late to
Bagnon.
start? And
The fuck is it?
oftentimes we'll
It's
hear
been
this
like
literally within a day
half
or
a year
two of
since
a
I
new
played
release.
Rust.
And obviously,
Yeah, true.
it's never too
I don't
late
know
to
what
start
add-on
playing
that
Classic
is.
WoW. But
Is
as
it
we've
too
all,
late?
grown
Came
into
out
additional
yesterday.
responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games that we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out or FOMO when we log in after a long week and see our friends.
I'll
10,
figure it out
20
at some
levels ahead
point.
of us. And for that, this level banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey, from the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all know and love,
Oh,
to
battlegrounds,
finding
hell
all the
yeah.
brand new things
Level
to
25
discover across
BGs.
Azeroth. And then later on, leveling new alts to find all of their hidden discoveries
Bro,
as well.
I'm definitely playing
There's lots to
SoD.
do,
I'm
but
definitely
we're
playing
hoping
it.
you won't ever feel that sense of being behind just because you couldn't play on a given day. We also plan to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic if you're familiar with that. So even if you miss a phase or once a level in alt, you'll be able to catch up to your friends in
I don't think the XP boost is necessary, personally. I don't think it's necessary.
So the next thing we want to talk about is in-game at level cap. So when we kind of decided on this level banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25?
Yeah.
And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Can you still do normal BFD, I wonder? Like if you put it as a dungeon or a
Next,
raid?
one of our main
Maybe?
goals
I don't know.
is to ensure that these are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid encounters. And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot. In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase.
Like Grubashi Arena? Outdoor PvP events?
Lastly, one of
What
the
does that
things we're
mean?
most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels. We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content. It's our career level 60. I know, I'm excited too. I'm excited too.
That's classic plus, boys! Holy shit, I have goosebumps!
We think that level 25 is going to be full of great, memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original
Get
WoW.
what happened
This
to
is
the
just
hardcore
the
car.
first step, and we think the best
Fell off. Well, are you talking about yesterday or
So next, let's
which calls
kinda
up the
change
60
gears and
shaman
talk about
tank?
movement a
I
little bit.
walked off a fucking
So
zeppelin
this
like
is
a
one of the most
dumbass.
exciting new things about Season of
Very
Discovery.
anticlimactic
One of the
end to that
most
character.
consistent feedback we've gotten
So he's just
previously
on
with original
classic
WoW, such as
era
the
now.
Season of Mastery,
I moved him.
is that many players would like to try some adjustments.
I was gonna level up which calls it shaman and warrior, but then like with all these announcements and shit, I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to Wrath and get my character up there
Rune engraving
so I can have it
is a
ready
skill
for which calls it
I don't mind it.
cataclysm.
know automatically on character creation. Rune engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants. In the initial 1 through 25 experience, you'll be able to discover runes in your chest, legs, and glove slots. And as the level cap increases, additional runes for other item slots will be discoverable over time. Once learned, runes are permanent and can be applied and reapplied to your gear at will, just out of combat.
That's great.
One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, damage abilities with a healing talent spec so you can solo a little bit better.
That's
or you
so
could swap
cool.
maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one.
That's so rad.
You may also encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the faction's.
Damn, rip. Don't feel sorry for me. Like, I got to do like a lot of like I got to enter MC. I got some epic loot. Some I did like this is stuff I didn't think I would have ended up doing, but I proved myself wrong.
Finally.
That's good. Not all.
I think that's good. I think that's good.
Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, someday you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery.
Oh.
I don't like this add-on.
So,
maybe
overall,
dual spec.
We've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it.
Love you.
It's everything we love about Classic, plus so much more.
Classic plus so much more, man. Yeah.
At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta, to talk about some specific abilities you may encounter on the different classes, as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
Could this be any better, chat? SoD is Classic Plus. It's the sprinkle. It's the start of Classic Plus. It's the seed of Classic Plus. Oh, there's the teleprompters. I see him now.
Thanks, Josh.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, BlizzCon. My name's Nora Valletta, and along with Anna, I'm a lead software engineer on WoW Classic. Thanks. There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own. However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a classic experience close to the original, but with Seasons, we have the freedom to experiment with what-if scenarios, such as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a taunt? On that point, we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool.
Deep
I wish I could
freeze.
do that. Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember. Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion. For these, we were careful to make sure they were an appropriate fit for class fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense. Anyways, enough of that. Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities. Druids. In Season of Discovery, you have an interrupt called Skull Dash, which can be used in cat or bear form.
Finally, they can kick.
Fury of Storm Rage removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing touch instant.
That's ridiculous.
Wild Growth
What?
applies a heal over time effect to your target and up to 5 nearby party members.
Soda's gonna freak out.
Hello, Hunters. Beast Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen. Growl is now a proper taunt. Explosive Shot is a ranged damage over time ability, and Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet. Pair this with dual wielding, and you've got yourself a mean melee hunter.
Melee Hunter!
I played Melee Hunter and since Legion. I was a hunter man.
Ice Lance is an instant
Once
frost spell
survival
that deals
became
triple
melee,
damage to
that was like the
frozen
main spec I played like
Living
all the
Flame
following
causes
expansions
flames
after
to
Legion.
erupt and chase a nearby
Hunter man,
enemy,
by the
leaving
way.
a burning trail in
Before
its wake.
I became the shaman tank guy.
Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon. Another rune ability called Rewind
gonna be so
Time
good
will
in
heal the
PvP.
damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other people with this, by the way, not just yourself, so I hope you've made room on your roster for mage healers.
That's so
Paladins. In WoW Classic, they don't have a taunt, but here it is in Season of Discovery.
They have a taunt now, boys.
Hand of Reckoning is your taunt. Knowing this ability
Classic
will
Plus,
also
we
will
having
increase
it.
the
Like,
threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to gain mana when healed by other players. Crusader Strike is a weapon attack.
Reds everywhere are so happy about this one, man.
It's a weapon attack which costs no additional mana and instead regenerates your mana slightly with each hit. And Seal of Martyrdom can be activated to cause melee attacks to strike other nearby targets. You'll lose health when inflicting damage with this. However, nearby party members will gain mana based on the damage you take. Priests. You can channel Penance to heal nearby friendly targets or deal damage to enemy targets.
Hell yeah.
Prayer of Mending heals your target the next time they take damage or receive healing.
I got this thing.
Afterwards, it'll bounce to another friendly player nearby.
Hell yeah.
Homunculi animates 3 miniature copies of your character, which will attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively.
Oh yeah.
That's
Wait, what?
crazy.
From Stealth, Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike for a nice big chunk of damage.
Oh no, they have Shadow Strike?
And
Oh
Venom is a
gosh.
finishing move. It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target.
Oh my gosh,
and also increases
Venom?
the frequency of applying instant poison for some time afterwards. Just a Flesh Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate way more threat, you take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks,
Rogue
and your
tanks.
Feint ability turns into a taunt called Tease. Shamans.
Shaman tank time.
Lava Lash deals
Give it to
offhand
me.
weapon damage. Offhand. In Season of Discovery,
Dual wield,
enhancement shamans can dual wield with the help of another rune not pictured here. Happy hunting. Healing Rain is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the ceiling. Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role of Shaman Tank.
I mean, they can already shaman tank without this. I'm just saying they've been doing it for like the longest
You'll deal
time.
increased threat, you'll take less damage, and Earth Shock becomes your taunt. Warlocks. Haunt deals damage, increases
on
all
warlocks?
shadow damage you
Oh
deal
my
to the
gosh.
target, and heals you for the damage it dealt once it's dispelled or expires. Chaos Bolt sends a big beefy bolt of fire at the enemy. It always hits, it can't be resisted, and it causes all of your fire spells to pierce through absorption effects.
That's actually
And
insane.
Metamorphosis.
Holy shit. Meta and classic.
I might play a
man.
warlock
This is
actually.
your
Warlock and
shield,
shaman
allowing you to
for
transform
SoD.
into a demon, similar to a druid's bear form, increasing your armor and reducing your chance to be critically hit. Searing Pain becomes instant, Shadow Bolt becomes a melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt.
Jeez.
Warriors.
What do they get?
Lay it on me.
Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after
Self-heal,
killing an enemy.
okay.
It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health.
That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Devastate will cause your Sunder armor to deal main hand weapon damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor already on the target. And Raging Blow is a vicious strike that deals heavy damage, but can only be used while enraged. Now this is just a taste of all the abilities coming to classes in Season
This is
of
gonna be
Discovery.
insane.
And really, bottom line, we want everyone to feel OP.
Yeah. Dude, I've said that so many times. I feel like they're just listening to the stream. It's fantastic.
Anyways, enough about runes. Let's instead turn our attention to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor.
Okay.
Ashenvale is known for its beauty, its rich natural resources, and its role as a hotly contested territory between the Horde and the Alliance. In Season of Discovery, earning kills while in Ashenvale will trigger a zone-wide PvP event.
What?
During this event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction, a Farseer for the Horde, and a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance.
What?
Your objective is simple. It's to defeat the enemy leader. Now this is
Oh my
easier
gosh, that
said
is
than done.
sick.
These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together to take them out. In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders reside, various other camps will spawn across the zone for each faction. The Priestess of the Moon and the Farseer are each buffed by respective leaders in those smaller camps. The more of those small camps you can take out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become. Sounds familiar? It's much like Alterac Valley. This event is an awesome way to earn honor,
But it's actually
as
out
well
in the
as
world.
reputation with
It's
Warsaw
not
Gold
instanced.
factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25 gear in the game. You'll also be able to earn
And
a
it gives you
mount,
good gear.
which you can actually use at level 25, but only in Ashenvale.
Okay, only an action.
It will increase your speed by 50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy. So, come kick some ash in Ashenvale. I'll see you there.
This is way better than I could have ever thought. Like this, I'm blown away. This is nuts. Holy crap.
Anyways, I've done enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to Tim, who's going to talk to you about raids and the PvE endgame. Take it away, Tim.
Is this nuts or what? Am I on copium now, Chad? Yeah, sit down.
Thank you, Nora.
I've been hyped this whole time about
BlizzCon.
this. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Chad.
Predictions? I think Classic Plus is being announced. Unironically, I think it is. I will be surprised if it's not. The reasonings, one, it
Actually, no,
feels
there
a
was
lot
a
like
deep
when
dive
Classic
video
was released.
of Classic Plus. It's like an hour long. I forget who did it though. Classic Plus deep dive. Who was it? This guy? No. Fuck, who put that out? There was like a deep dive into the Classic Plus, like a whole hour long thing.
Hey everyone, BWeTV here. Today at BlizzCon 2023, something big was announced for World of Warcraft Classic, the Season of Discovery. This is not just a new season, it's a game changer for every class in WoW. The Season of Discovery introduces a wave of new, class-altering abilities hidden throughout Azeroth. This means more diverse playstyles and the potential for roles you've never seen before, like tanking warlocks and mage healers. The level cap starts at level 25, but there's a twist. A new endgame awaits at this cap, including a revamped 10-player raid in Black Fathom Deeps. But here's the kicker: runes. They're the heart of this update, and every class has access to them, each bringing unique skills and upgrades
This
to
is
their
basically
arsenal.
old school RuneScape leagues.
As a paladin
of, like,
player,
World of
I'm
Warcraft.
especially excited about the runes coming our way for the chest, legs, and hands. Let's gear up and take a closer look at these runes and how they're about to change the way paladins play in the Season of Discovery. For paladins, these runes embed their gear with ancient magics, each augmenting their holy arsenal in unique ways. We'll break it down by armor piece, chest, legs, and hands. Starting with the chest runes. Note, you can only have one rune active per piece of armor, equaling a total of 3 active runes at a time. Seal of the Martyrdom. Upon
don't like
activation,
this
this seal
badge.
envelops you in the Holy Spirit for 30 seconds. In this state, your melee attacks lash out, dealing 30% weapon damage to up to 3 nearby foes. This power comes at a cost. You sacrifice health equal to 10% of the damage dealt. But it's not a solitary burden. Your nearby
Actually,
party
I want a
members will
shaman
absorb
video.
mana, 2% of the damage you receive, a small boon in the midst of battle.
Shaman runes.
What's up guys, it's Titan here, and I just wanted to make a quick video going over the
My
rune
God, what is
changes
your
that
mic, my dude?
Blizzard introduced yesterday at BlizzCon. So if you haven't heard, each class is going to get like specific runes that will, I guess they're like more like enchantments, enhancements, whatever you want to call it, and you can apply it to either your chest, your hands, or your legs. I don't really know how I feel about them yet. I'm more concerned about the balance and then it kind of taken away from the classic feel, because a lot of the new spells look like they're from like TBC. I'm not sure if there's any other expansion, but I guess so. They introduced a total of 12, and I'm hoping this is all that they're introducing seems like each class will basically get to have 3 new active abilities at one time. So I guess we'll see how that goes. So I'll start off with the chess. So the first thing, dual wield specialization. Increases your chance to hit with both spells and melee attack by 5%. So it's basically just giving shamans dual wield now. I guess that'll be good for enhanced shaman DPS. Next, healing rain. Selects the area 15 yards around target player and heals all targets.
So ground AoE heal.
I guess that gives us like a nice little AoE heal. Which, I mean, we already have chain heal, so I guess this is just going to be a little bit more effective. It might have a cooldown on it. It reminds me of the Druid's Tranquility. So I guess we'll have to see about that one. Alright, Overload. So this was introduced in TBC. And it basically just gives an extra cast of Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, Chain Heal. Well, it also adds Healing Wave and Lava Burst to it. Spells of
Wait, what?
I don't remember it having Healing Wave and Lava Burst. I guess I'll have to confirm. I'll show clips and examples of some of these abilities that are already in TBC and Wrath. Alright. Okay, so in Wrath it says... Okay, so in Wrath it's only Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning, but the one they introduced adds Chain Heal, Healing Wave, and Lava Burst. So it's basically saying we can get an extra cast of Lava Burst. That's insane. Okay, that's that's kind of interesting. Of Lightning Overload, at least with Lightning Bolt. It's really quick, but yeah, you guys get the point. Alright, the last one for chest is Shield Mastery. Each time you block, you regenerate mana equal to 4%. Okay, so this seems more like for the tanking spec.
Wait, what? Oh, Shield Mastery.
Okay.
Wait, each time you block, you regen 4% mana, and you gain armor equal to 30% of your shield's armor value, stacking up to 5 times. You also gain 10% increased chance to block. Wow, okay.
I guess this wouldn't be bad, but yeah, that's just mainly for tanking. Just so they have some type of mana regeneration. So, for gloves, we have Lava Burst, which y'all know what Lava Burst does.
100% crit.
You hurl molten lava.
As long as you have Flame Shock on them.
Your Flame Shock. Okay, yeah, so if you have your Flame Shock applied, you instantly will guarantee a critical strike.
Yeah, I played Ellie in Wrath.
In Classic because
in this version.
Now we always get an instant critical strike with Lava Burst. We have another school of castable magic.
I don't think I'm gonna build the shaman tank because like I'll be using the group finder and I won't be able to queue his tank.
Chain Lightning.
Like I'd have to talk to the tank and each group was like, hey man, I'll shaman tank this and you can just DPS.
This is gonna be very fun to use. Okay, Lava Lash. You charge your offhand weapons with lava.
But I won't be able to till like I'm level 20. I think that's when I get Frost Shock. I need Frost Shock to tank in Wrath.
Enchanted with Flame Tongue.
This doesn't do the same thing as it does in Era or Hardcore.
Spell.
And same with the Rock Fighter, it doesn't get extra threat in Wrath.
Blast enemies in a cone in front of you for 46 to 61 fire damage. This ability generates a high amount of threat. The Flame Shock periodic damage, looks like I have some typos in here, has 10% chance to reset the cooldown on Molten Black and Blast, I guess they meant to put. So I'm assuming this is for tanking, like not so much an AoE time, but I guess it acts like that in a sense. I wonder how this is going to be for PvP. Alright, and then lastly, Water Shield. So this was also introduced in TBC. And basically, instead of Lightning Shield applying damage to the target, now anytime you take damage, you'll regain mana. So this will be good for, well, really enhance and elemental to regain mana. Okay, so lastly are the leg enchants. Ancestral Guidance. For the next 10 seconds, 25% of your damage is converted to healing on up to 3 nearby party members, and 100% of your healing is converted to damage on your most recent Flame Shock target. I've been trying to figure out how this spell is going to work, So it says. So I don't know if it's like as you DPS, you can also like heal your party members. So like I don't know if like this would be an enhance or like. Well, I guess it's more like a tanking enchant. Like that way, while you're
Wait, what is this?
building threat, DPSing, you can also heal people. 100% of your healing is converted to damage. Well, it seems like this can be good for any spec, really. I guess we'll have to see. Alright, so next, Earth Shield. Protects the target with an earthen shield, reduces casting or channeling time, lost when damaged by 30%, and causes attacks to heal the shielded target for 100. This is going to be very good, obviously for a healer applying it to a tank, but in terms of elemental world PvP, this is going to be very nice. Like, I can't wait to... I'm going to tell you guys a build I'm thinking of for world PvP after this. Alright, Shamanistic Rage. Reduces all damage you take by 20% and you regenerate mana every second for 15 seconds. So, I know this would be very good for PvE, so it basically gives us a way to have some type of mana regeneration. But I was thinking about this in PvP also. I feel like this would be nice against certain classes that you go against, like Druid, Paladins sometimes. And in general, like you reduce damage taken by 20%. So I guess this would also be decent when you're trying to like tank a bunch of damage from multiple targets or just high burst classes like rogues, mages.
Wait, what is this? Shamanistic? No, Shamanistic Rage is like, yeah. If it's the same as on Wrath, this should be like a like an actual tanking cooldown here. I mean, that's how I used it at TBC and Wrath.
Damage from multiple targets or just high burst classes like rogues, mages. Alright, and then lastly, Way Up to Earth. While Rockbiter weapon is active on your main hand, you deal 100% increased threat. You gain 30% increased health and take 10% reduced damage.
Yeah, that's like the tanking stance.
Okay, so a lot of these leg slots seem like mitigation spells. Because this would also be good
I gotta
for
pick up the egg quest before I like go too
taking
far
less
into the
damage,
islands.
gaining more health, but obviously it's more so of tanking and PvE. Okay, so a build I was thinking of for world PvP would be to use Lightning Overload in the chest slot, just so you have those extra lightning, because it says lightning bolts, chain lightning, and lava burst, and that'll also be good for healing too, because you get extra chain heals. And then next, I would definitely, you have to get lava burst. I know they have water shield there, but for PvP, you don't really go as a shaman too much. It's usually like DPS races, so I would definitely go lava burst there.
Wait, what?
And then for the legs, I think I would go Earth Shield, because you don't lose casting time.
Oh, no, he's
That
talking
now
about like
gives
a
you,
PvP build.
an off heal that you don't really have to cast. That way you're not getting locked in nature. Let me know what you guys think about these rune changes, and you know, are you guys gonna give it a try? And I was looking at the other classes. I just hope this PvP system is balanced. All of this, I feel like it's a huge beta and testing grounds for what the real Classic Plus will be. So whatever doesn't work or whatever's broken or too overpowered, I feel like they'll end up adjusting it or just taking it out. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more World PvP videos. Hopefully, I'm not sure if Era will necessarily die, but I think whenever Season of Discovery comes out, it might take a little hit, but I think the World PvP here is always gonna stay alive, because this is still like the only actual vanilla server, official vanilla server by Blizzard. So if some people don't, well, a lot of people may not like these changes, so I think World PvP here will still be alive, and I feel like the server
very bad at that. It tends to happen, so he's, as you heard in the trailer,
Alright, what do you gotta say about this fucking Asmon build?
World of Warcraft deep dive.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's go. There he is.
Good afternoon, BlizzCon.
No way.
so good to be back. Whether
No fucking way.
With me right in front of me, whether you're watching from elsewhere in the halls.
No, dude, I have to get that.
Thank you for taking
Oh my god.
for this deeper, closer look.
I thought Ian has a Costas left.
That's funny.
Oh, fuck.
I love you too.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I love you, BlizzCon. So, Morgan and Maria gave you kind of a sneak peek at some of what's coming. Today I want to spend a bit more time giving you more information on the core features of War Within, as well as a few things that didn't get mentioned at all yesterday. So, beginning, just a little teaser there. So, to begin, let's talk delves. So, what is a delve? As you heard yesterday, delves are these quick, bite-sized, epic adventures for flexible-sized groups. So either solo or with up to 5 players. They are role agnostic, so it doesn't matter if you're
There's scenarios,
DPS,
right?
if you're a healer and a tank, if you're
What's
a solo
the difference between this and a
We're
scenario?
gonna make it work. We're gonna meet you where you are, how you want to play. Delves are a new endgame pillar. This is a permanent addition to World of Warcraft going forward, and represents kind of a capstone
this is like retail
to the
shit.
outdoor world experience. We've had dungeons, we've had
I mean, I'll hear what they've got to say, but I probably won't play it.
We had some stuff for outdoor world players to dabble in, but if you wanted progression, if you wanted goals, if you wanted a deeper, more structured experience, frankly, we were letting you down. We want to change that.
True.
That's what delves represent in World of Warcraft.
Oh wait, I was gonna say in Path of Exile. Okay. Same thing.
So structuring this, really we want to approach it as something that you are going to be engaging in all season long, with variety and flexibility in how you approach it, and the replayability of the content is kind of a mainstay of what it's all about. But also want to build in progression. And I think if you're an outdoor world focused player, a lot of the time it's just about kind of spending your time doing a thing, going to a place, completing an event.
Boring.
But there aren't necessarily goals to work towards. There aren't necessarily reasons to be excited about getting an item upgrade, because it's going to let you do something you haven't been able to do before. A difficulty progression built into delves is going to enable us to offer that. Now, there's a lot of lessons we've learned over the years from building this type of content, whether it was Torghast and Shadowlands, Island Expeditions, scenarios, you can throw in Horrific Visions in that list. We've learned a lot about how to tune these sorts of experiences, how to design them for flexible scaling groups of different sizes and different role compositions, about what's fun and what isn't.
That shit was
fun. We've also learned, based on your feedback, about what not to do in some cases, in terms of how we structure it, how we present it. I think a key aspect
I thought they stopped hanging out. I guess they're buddies again.
Is that it's an offering in parallel to the others, to dungeons, to raids. If you want to do this, if this is your jam, if this is your type of gameplay, we're there for you, and we want this to be as deep as you want it to be. If you're happy running Mythic Plus and you just want to focus on that, we're not looking to add another item to the checklist of things you feel you have to do to compete. It's an alternative. Unlike Torghast, which is something that, we did kind of say, everyone has to do this, whether you like it or not,
and nobody
you'd rather
liked
do something else or not.
Yeah.
That gets back to some of the philosophies that Morgan touched on yesterday, and how we're approaching designing and evolving World of Warcraft. We want to meet you where you are. We want to respect your time.
Where's the shaman
we want to
trainer
offer
here,
you
actually?
the ability to choose how you want to spend that time.
Everything he's saying
each day,
is so
each
good.
night in Azeroth.
All this is good.
Like inside here, I think. Well, I normally level a freaking Tauren.
Wait, is that who I think it is?
So in terms of the character of delves and what a specific one will be like, the vibe here is about unraveling mysteries. It's about exploring. It's about feeling like an extension, a seamless extension of the outdoor world experience. These are not dungeons. Every dungeon is ultimately about killing a series of bosses or boss-like encounters, and the dungeon is over when you kill the final baddest boss at the end of the dungeon. And that's kind of the structure that they all have to conform to. As much as we try to vary the formula a bit, that's pretty much what they're going to be. In the outdoor world, things are a bit different. We can,
it is what it is.
Break some more of the rules. And really, at the end of the day, the one consistent thing about delves is that they're all going to end with a room full of treasure. Some of those will have a final boss guardian in front of them. Others, you may be, just exploring, traversing the delve, flipping switches, solving a puzzle, defeating lieutenants, gathering things that you need to open the vault door. We can vary the gameplay, we can vary the feel of the experience. These are going to be instant experiences, but they are seamless. When you walk up to, this, as I'll show in a second, a fog door at the entrance to a cave, at the entrance to a structure, you're just going to walk in, no loading screen, and now you're in a delve. You want to make sure this really feels like part of an extension of the outdoor world. Now, as part of an in-game pillar, that means we're going to tie this into seasons. So, as well as a narrative progression over the course of a given season, there will be increasing rewards, increasing difficulty, and a change of pace, whether you're in Season 1 of War Within, Season 2, and so forth. Part of that is going to be
get away
the
from the
NPC
season
companion
mindset,
that will be accompanying you on your adventures.
I'm gonna be honest.
The Season 1 companion, as we mentioned yesterday, is our good friend, Bran Bronzebeard.
Okay,
now,
cool.
What does this mean? What does a companion mean in practice? Well, it's a few things. One, it's definitely a narrative hook. It gives us a chance to help give context for your adventures, kind of narrate what you're going through. But also, it's a chance to kind of play with the mechanics and complement your playstyle. As Bran adventures with you, you might find some gear for Bran. You might be able to gear Bran up. You'll be able to spec him and customize his abilities to complement what you or your friends are bringing to the group. Whether you want more survivability, whether you want help with someone's tank, whether you want more control, this can help us balance the experience as well.
They had this in Withered Army training
for your progression.
This was lit
over the course of the journey. Now I know this has kind of been very high level. I want to just give a couple of specific examples of kind of a day in the life of someone jumping into delves.
Siramar, I believe, was the name of the zone.
Let's say you are casually journeying across the Isle of Dorn in its pastoral beauty, and you come across this structure with that fog door set into it, and you decide to venture in. So as you venture in, you are, as I mentioned, seamlessly in the delve, and you will find, just huddled inside the entrance, a group of expedition scouts who have come to this place. They've heard reports of great secrets, great treasures, powerful relics stored within, but they've been unable to proceed further. Because, they tell you, and Bran is among them.
I fucking hate whatever this add-on is.
This
like,
place, there's
put it all in one bag,
there's
please. I don't give a shit.
That has settled over this
trade
entire
goods,
vault, and
all this
we
other
can't
crap.
proceed. Fortunately, they have in their possession a relic that they have brought that is an enchanted candle that can light the way. It has a little light radius around it. If you think back to the Vault of the Wardens dungeon, if you remember that in Legion, what the basement was like.
That was really cool.
Felt like it just a dark, scary place, but you could have this beacon in the darkness to guide your way. You have one of those. But, they tell you, it has very limited fuel. They dare not proceed on their own because they worry they're just going to get trapped in the darkness and destroyed by the terrors within. But you, of course, being the champion who's come along, you're up to the task. So you take that candle with its light radius that will begin to shrink progressively as your limited fuel burns, and you take some steps into the delve. Now, who do you find in here? Well, as it happens, you run across fellows like this guy. More jacked than your average kobold.
Okay.
But there's a lot of kobolds in here, and as you know, as any World of Warcraft player knows, where you find kobolds, you're going to find candles. And this guy's going to put up a fight, but it being World of Warcraft and all, you're going to take his candle.
Fuck him.
And you're going to take the candles of his allies and his brethren.
Fuck them too.
That will help fuel this magic light that you have, help keep the light burning so that you can traverse the entire delve, defeat a couple of lieutenant-type enemies, bosses, solve a puzzle or two, and at the end, you make your way into the vault room that Bran is able to open once you bring him there, and you find this mock-up work in progress of
like a new
treasure
world.
room, heaping with riches, treasure chests of various shapes and sizes. Some of the smaller ones, you can just walk up and open, collect a range of items, currency, rewards, you name it. But you'll find a couple of extra large, resplendent chests in this room. Those may require special keys to open. Now those keys you would obtain from doing kind of outdoor content, weekly quests. They're a bit more limited in how you can get them, but also allow us to offer and pace out the best rewards. They're on par with some other endgame content.
Yeah, maybe they can make like a labyrinth where you get the keys out of.
Or anything like that, but it's an extension of your outdoor world loop if this is your playstyle. Now, let's say you come back to the same delve on another day. You might find that there isn't a magical darkness settled over the place. Instead, there are earthen locked in battle with kobolds, and you can help turn the tide of that fight as you work your way through dealing with some different challenges along the way. Variety, replayability, lots of layers to the experience.
Got it.
Now, so you venture back out into the zone, heading off to a different corner of it, and you come across this cave surrounded by mushrooms. It's known in legends as Fungal Folly.
This is actually
now,
making
maybe
me
not
want to
being
play
the
the
wisest
game.
adventurer, that sounds like a great place
like
to enter,
this.
so you take a few steps forward.
Makes you want to play
In
retail?
Here, you
Yeah,
might find
this
an
is good.
environment where, whether it's due to unusual ores or whatever in the walls, the rules of gravity are a bit topsy-turvy. You'll find mushrooms scattered around the cave that you can use as basically jump pads to help navigate the environment, to skip over enemies you want to avoid, to reach high up ledges that you couldn't otherwise get to. You're starting to get the idea, like, this is more the world as toy vibe that we tried to play with when we're creating outdoor events, outdoor spaces.
Yeah, that's
These
cool.
are not mechanics you necessarily find in a dungeon, but I think the team really is unshackled, is freed to explore a much wider array of gameplay when we're building delves.
Naturally.
So let's talk a bit more about the loot. So actually, before we talk about the loot, these are the 12 delves that we currently have planned, scattered throughout the 4 zones, each themed around the ecologies, each
Why
themed
not
around
have a
the
delve
settings
in
that you're
Red Ridge
gonna find.
Mountains?
Now, some of the attentive among you may be saying, wait a minute, Morgan's slide said there were 13 delves yesterday. He might be right, but there also might be a secret delve that you have to explore a bit more to
They should
discover.
make delves in the old world.
That awaits you.
I don't like how they're only in the new part
So yeah,
of the
loot.
game.
Part of being a seasonal pillar means going to the Great Vault every week and getting to share in that disappointment that your raiding and dungeon playing brethren have also had the pleasure to enjoy.
I never get disappointed out of my vault, by the way. I always get the best
Just want to
items.
make sure you don't feel left out.
It's just how it
so
is.
You're welcome. So you'll note this isn't a delves row. This is a world row, and really that is enshrining these 3 PvE pillars: raids, dungeons, world.
PvP?
You'll be able to unlock
What?
some of these slots doing select outdoor world activities.
You mean?
As well as, of course, delves
You mean Mythic
with
Plus?
better rewards from higher difficulty delves. Our thinking in terms of the rewards here, this is all subject to tuning.
What do you mean
that
PvP?
This should reach to, let's say, end boss heroic raid, mythic 10 to 15 type range, accessible just via solo progression. Far better loot than you've ever been able to get before.
This is a great thing, and this is what they've needed to do. Is that Zeppela?
And now,
That's nice.
I'm sure this is, I know this is the delve section, but I'm sure there's folks looking at this and being like, wait a minute, what about the PvP row? Don't worry, we got you. We are removing the PvP row from the vault.
Smart. Get
We're
rid of it.
doing that based largely on feedback that we've heard that randomness and PvP gearing maybe are not the best combination. I know
You
it
guys
took a few
figured
years
that
to get that
now?
message through to us.
About 18.
So the way this is going to work is instead you're going to get a whole lot more conquest. You're going to gear up at the same rate overall, but you will have complete control over your gearing path, just spending your conquest on the items that you want.
Great.
With easier catch-up if you come
It's
in
like
late in the
TVC.
season, you don't have to worry about having missed certain vault weeks. Also, if you're someone who PvPs a lot and you raid, you don't have the awkward choice of that raid trinket versus the
Exactly.
PvP item that's going to help your arena partners.
This is smart.
So,
Good.
hopefully, this is good news for everyone. Now, aside from, just power, also, you get silly
Thank
hats.
God.
Nothing more to say here.
Well,
It's
that
just-
helmet looks cool. That anglerfish helmet?
These are just a few examples of the array of cosmetic rewards that will be exclusive to delves, reflecting the varied ecologies and environments you're going to be facing. So, silly hats, World of Warcraft.
Lovely.
Less silly, just as, let's say, Mythic Plus players have amounts that they can earn over the course of a given season.
Oh, shit.
This customizable flying mount will be exclusively available through thorough completion of the delve experience. You'll note the customizability of it. This will be customizable the same way you can customize your current dragon riding drakes at the rostrum. Just modularly.
That's badass. Holy shit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I love our artists.
I hope they don't add too much FOMO into that. For
next.
like every season you have to get a new one.
Warbands.
Like it just builds on itself.
I feel like I could probably just save 10 minutes this panel by just saying account wide everything and like just click through the next slides.
Okay, great.
But kind of that.
Great.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but turns out y'all play a lot of alts.
I don't play alts.
I'm sure
Not
that
in
like the number of
classic.
characters
God
per person
damn.
in this room in particular is like some
7
insane
or
average.
something, yeah.
But the average WoW player today plays multiple characters.
I play one character.
Two-thirds of players who have a level 70 have multiple level 70s. Half of players have 3 or more. Most people are playing multiple characters a week. And that's not something the game,
That's a lot of
no secret,
God
has always
damn.
What a
been
bunch of
supporting.
losers.
Part of that is because World of Warcraft 20
I
years
used
ago
to have a shit ton
was
of
built with
bolts.
very different
I
assumptions
just
that both
run
design-wise,
raids on
but
them.
actually
I was
engineering-wise
playing
as
WoW
well.
for free for the longest time
Infrastructure,
because I could always like gold farm like every month.
Back then,
Enough
it took
gold
hundreds
to
of hours
buy a
level single
token.
character, of course, and playing alt seriously.
So I had like one of every class.
Far from the norm. But we've kind of inherited, we're still working with, we have been working with those foundations to this day. And so when we get requests for them, when we talk about alt friendliness, we try to do it, but we're often working against, we're swimming upstream, given the underpinnings of a system that were never designed for this.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
why you get some frankly pretty clunky solutions, like, well, if you want to transfer this currency to your alt, go
You
to a
have to buy the
vendor and
box.
spend some to buy
Yeah.
a different box that contains account-bound currency that you can then mail to yourself,
yeah,
log out, log back in, take the box out of your mailbox, and open it on
Yeah,
your alt.
yeah.
Congratulations, you have moved 300 supplies.
Yeah. It's not great.
Elegant design, ladies and gentlemen. What if we didn't have to do that? So at its core, Warbands is, what if we just rebuilt those foundations and created a new future, both for the things we want to offer today and the things we'll be able to in the future, so we're not fighting against the nature of the system, but instead it complements what we want to do.
This is all really
The focus
good.
here is really making it convenient, removing barriers, removing awkwardness in playing alts. We don't want to actively necessarily encourage it.
What the fuck?
People already want to do it if they do it. One thing the system is not going to be is something that awards you power or makes your main more effective because you have done things on other characters or anything along those lines.
They've played Lost
If you
Ark.
want to play alts, do so. If you just love focusing on a single character,
Yeah.
that shouldn't be overhard either. Now let's talk about some examples.
That's a bank.
Okay, so I'm going to run through these pretty quickly. They're mostly fairly straightforward. It's a bank. It's an account-wide bank.
God, I can't wait to fill that
thankfully-
up. Oh, I'm gonna fill that up in
Hopefully,
like a day.
you should never again have to mail something to yourself.
Oh, yes, I'm gonna fill that up in like one day, bro.
This is giant, lots of storage, extra tabs that can be
Yes.
purchased on the right-hand side, so multiple tabs of these. You can organize them as you want. The very observant, the eagle-eyed, will notice a little checkbox mentioning reagents.
Include reagents,
If
yeah.
you deposit reagents here, you can craft from the account-wide storage on any of your characters.
That's kind of lit.
Oh, that's nice.
What the
Okay.
fuck? Why are they making the game better?
Something that you might put in this account-wide storage are the ability we will now have to create war-bound items that are war-bound until equipped. You might get an item that you can't sell in the auction house or trade, but that you can give to any of your other characters for their use.
Oh, they used to have these by new account gear. Like from Garrosh and from Archaeology.
Now, these items would drop as bonus personal loot from doing a variety of content.
Yeah, like Garrosh.
They would drop at a slightly lower item level than what that content would normally give you.
Like Garrosh.
Again, we want to make sure the right way to play is not, playing on multiple characters to funnel loot to your main, to gear up your main faster, but just easy potential hand-me-downs, ways of getting an alt caught up, maybe even an excuse to level an alt if you get a really cool item for a class that you haven't had a chance to get up yet. So just an extra layer here, hopefully, making it easier than ever to
Dude, I think I want to play
progress,
retail
to
again.
accomplish your goals on multiple characters.
Get the fuck out.
Oh,
All right, now quick rundown of some of the other integrations we have planned. Transmog. Transmog has always been, it's been for a long time an account-wide collection.
Yeah.
Key thing here now that really it is being acquired by your warband, that means that now if you were running, say, Ulduar on your mage and a pair of plate shoulders drop, you can still add those plate shoulders to your warband collection.
Great, now I have to run Ulduar again. This guy, bro, that guy was like, what the fuck?
Self-explanatory. And then, if you log on your warrior later, your warrior can equip them, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't need to feel like you need to refarm the same stuff on as many different armor types anymore.
Yeah, that's insane.
Reputations, again, fairly straightforward. In
They're
War
account-wide.
Within, Reputations and renowns will work account-wide. We want to make this as retroactive as possible. That will take some work over time. We're probably going to start with Dragonflight renowns as a focus and a priority, and work our way backwards. But going forward, we want progress earned on reputations to not really matter
this guy
which
is a
character you're doing it on at the end of the day.
But I think he's going to get his ass killed, though. I don't know.
If you've gained access to some
He's a
perk or some
tank,
recipe,
my god.
to re-earn it, not
No,
terribly
he's getting healed by like another. He has someone else in his group.
Big dub. There it is.
I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, there's like 2 of them.
Here's a really light example, a simple one, just flight pads.
Well, there's like 3 of them, yeah. Oh, they got a warrior, okay. I see.
Terribly compelling.
Well, I guess I just wait for Zazaline here. I'll grab a beer in the meantime.
Learn a flight path for the 4th time? No. If you have a flight path network unlocked, you have that unlocked across your warband going forward.
It's lit.
And here's an example of something new, just delves. An example of how having this as a foundation means that we can build new systems to inherently work at an account-wide level, just kind of as part of the DNA.
Yeah, I want to see what this is like.
As you're advancing Bran as a companion, as you are empowering him, as you're customizing him, again, logging on to a different character and going back to having a bigger Bran that doesn't offer the tools that you've grown accustomed to, that's more frustrating than fun to re-earn those things. Let's make that progression inherently warband level, inherently account-wide.
That's actually really good too.
And achievements. We've had account-wide achievements for a long time.
Yeah.
No secret, they have the little blue bar over them, indicating that they function at an account-wide level. What Warbands allows us to do is kind of invert that paradigm and change the vast majority of our achievements to be account-wide.
Are you guys almost done? Like, fuck it up.
So if you do part of this PvP
still
or
fighting
or other achievement on one character, part of it on another, your warband can earn the achievement. Once your warband earns it, you've earned it. Again, you, the player, are doing the thing.
That's a big W for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this.
Oh, so they're doing it. Holy shit. They're stealing it from Lost Ark.
To kind of signal this shift up
They're
front,
stealing.
There's no mechanical functionality here, but just in terms of presentation.
That's all I wanted.
What you'll see when you log into World of Warcraft with multiple characters is a selection of your favorite characters huddled around a campfire or another setting.
Sure.
You'll still have your full list accessible, but we want to make it clear that you, the player, have this cast of characters that you want to dress them all up in consistent transmogs, go wild. One thing you might note here, if you're very eagle-eyed, also by the way, if you're very eagle-eyed, don't read too much into things like the evoker wearing leather. It's internal mock-ups. We're not changing anything crazy there.
Okay.
Sorry. But you will note that the evoker is level 13. That's going to be a thing that's possible because they'll start at level 10. But because Dragonflight's going to be the new leveling expansion, by the way, going forward.
That's great. Dragonflight's probably the best.
There isn't really much here about realm selection. Warbands are a realm-agnostic, faction-agnostic feature. You will just see all your characters here. If they're on different servers, we'll make it clear that they're on different servers.
Wow.
But you shouldn't have to go to the change realm screen and swap around. They're just all here.
So if you have 50 characters, is a crowd?
Okay. Hero talents. So, at the core, this is a chance for us, as we continue to evolve and advance our class system, to explore some deeper class fantasies, to look at iconic archetypes like the Farseer or the Dark Ranger or the Mountain King, or others often inspired by major heroes in the Warcraft universe, other times by fantasies that we've heard are really resonant with players, and focus the continued expansion of our classes in that space. Now, Morgan said this yesterday, just to restate, this is a completely flexible system. It's as flexible as your current talents and specs. Nothing like Covenants or anything like that.
Inquisitor.
Anytime you could change your talents today, you can change your hero spec, you can swap around your hero talents. They're just talents. Now, some of our goals here, of course, we want to offer progression, but we want to do so, frankly, while managing complexity to a certain extent.
Yeah,
when we started planning for War Within, we knew, all right, we're going to raise the level cap by 10.
Oh, wow.
10 new levels means 10 new talent points.
Would have never guessed that.
The kind of default option for us would have been to take the existing class and spec trees and just add a couple more rows to each of them, add new points to spend. But we've been down that path before. We know exactly where that leads 15 years ago. There's a tremendous amount, just an insane amount of multiplicative combinatoric complexity from adding those additional options.
Yeah.
And it also destroys some carefully constructed choices that are really successful we've just built up in Dragonflight today, where you can't quite have all of these things and need to pick one or the other. Suddenly, when you can get all of them, it can lead towards homogeneity as well.
True.
So this approach allows us to both explore deeper class fantasy while focusing the decision space in a way that offers power without that excessive complexity. So the way it's generally going to look is a third talent tree. Again, as mentioned yesterday, at the center of your screen, you have class, you have talent, and in the middle, you have hero talents.
You have to do like a labyrinth to unlock it?
Don't you dare heal him.
10 nodes. There's an initial node that you get as a starter node at the top that you'll get initially when you unlock the system at 71, and then 10 more nodes to unlock. You will get all of them on the way to 80. At level 80, you will have this fully unlocked, similar to Legion artifacts, let's say. So you don't have to agonize over, where you're placing any choice along the way. Now, the choices that you will make are which hero spec do you want active, and also there will be choice nodes within the trees, just as the class trees and the talent and the spec trees currently have, which you can toggle, adding quite a few permutations to the system as a whole.
Oh, this is going to be a long battle of attrition.
Earthshock
doesn't interrupt in Wrath. I don't have. Oh, we're getting help.
For easy swapping back and forth. Customize your spec for
this guy knew it. He's like, I'm just gonna help him kill it real quick.
Cool.
Now, I want to take a little bit of time to quickly walk through a couple of trees to get a sense of the sorts of things you might find in here. All of this is subject to change.
Please.
All subject to iteration and the extensive feedback we know we're going to get. I'm going to use druids a lot as an example here. Going to focus on the case of a balanced druid. Part of why the team starts with druids is because y'all are complicated. We figure. There's 4 specs, 3 roles. We figure, let's try some of the hardest cases first when proving out a design. There's nothing against mages, warlocks, paladins, etc. But there's a reason why you probably tend to see more
paladins were simple.
Shut
the fuck up!
We figure if we can make it work for druids, the rest will be okay. The 2 options available to a balanced druid are this Keeper of the Grove tree and Elude's Chosen. Keeper of the Grove is available to balance and restoration. Elude's Chosen is available to balance and guardian. The former focuses on calling the forest to your aid, on summoned treants, and augmenting their abilities and using that cooldown means for your gameplay. Elude's Chosen focuses on augmenting your lunar abilities, many of the arcane damage, moon themed abilities for both specs.
Okay.
Let's look at the Keeper of the Grove tree first. The first node that you're going to get as you just opt in is just kind of a baseline improvement to your throughput while treants are out across the board. This just kind of emphasizes thematically what this tree is about and makes pushing that button, having the treants out, more important to you in every regard.
Cool.
Some of the nodes in these trees are just going to be simple, straightforward passives.
What the fuck?
Not everything is going to double and triple down on the
tree
same
on
tree
Moonfire?
ability. Some will, like this, regardless of what spec you are, make your treants add additional damage. Oh, by the way, if anyone's worried, wait a minute, but what about the auto taunt? That's a mess in dungeons. We'll let you opt out of that. Don't worry. Or, passives could just augment your abilities, your resource pool, and just make you a better druid. An example of choice node, again, this can be about doubling down on and getting more out of having the treants active.
Or you can be Treant
spec? Or maybe you really don't want all of your eggs in that basket. Even though you are going into this tree, you want the treants to be important to you. You don't want
it's like a moonkin that has a bunch of trees.
Of your throughput to be focused in that window. You'd rather just have some baseline improvements to all of your abilities, or to some of your core abilities. This is one of the simpler choices available, but the idea is 4 different opportunities to nudge your gameplay in one direction or another within this tree. A capstone talent, again, is often likely to double down on and amplify what the initial point was, just reinforcing that having the treants out is going to be a peak, a spike in your potential, something that you're going to plan around, and just amplify the overall benefits that you're achieving from that. Pivoting to Elude's Chosen, again, this is lunar themed and shared with Guardian Druids.
Okay.
So the first point here is going to call out 3 specific signature abilities: 2 balance, 1 guardian, and make them meaningfully more impactful to your gameplay. If you're a Guardian Druid, for example, you might read this and realize that, yeah, like Lunar Beam is going to become a pretty powerful defensive cooldown, especially in dungeons. You have a big pull going on. You're leeching a lot of damage back from what you're doing.
10% life leech?
This is
Holy
now something
shit.
that you can really count on and plan around as you approach your gameplay.
That's
on the
nuts.
side, this of course adds an extra layer to planning and throughput in your rotation.
Yeah.
Noting a couple of these things that we're modifying may be deeper optional talents in your existing spec trees. We also, where we can, want to offer ways to make sure that you can trigger those effects even if you don't have the baseline talent, though you'll probably want to as well. So this talent just has Fury of Elune triggered as you're doing your regular rotation when you Moonfire, both just naturally, it's a powerful effect that's going to fire more frequently, but also to the extent that the rest of the Elune's chosen tree is tying into it, you'll get those benefits as well. A couple of more passive examples here. Again, just doubling down on magnifying your arcane lunar throughput, and a final capstone ability for this tree that is further reinforcing these core have already been augmented. Leave this slide up for a while. These are our current plans for all 39.
Herald of the Sun.
So one per current specialization. Some cool fantasies here.
Holy
to explore.
shit.
Holy shit, I'm gonna be a Templar, dude!
Community
there it
feedback
is.
on all these, which are exciting,
Deathbringer.
which are most resonant, which sound
Warden
frankly, maybe a
Shaman.
bit lame.
Rider of the Apocalypse. Wait, what? Are they gonna give DK's amount? They can ride in combat?
We are, well underway building these out, but it's definitely early enough for us to pivot on a lot of these. Just something the community is really excited about. I want to triple super underscore.
No way.
The example talents I just gave are work in progress, very subject to change. Probably no part of the game is more, prone to iteration, and for no part of the game is the community input more essential than class design, spec design. To that end, when we, move into our alpha, probably in the spring, we want to have as many, if not all of these hero specs playable from the start.
Yeah,
so that we have
naturally.
the entire alpha and beta window to iterate on them, to replace the things that aren't
There's
working,
a hero
to
spec
allow
for
them all
Shaman that's
to
makes them
where
tank. Fucking
everyone's
hell,
gonna be excited
I'll
about
probably
getting
play retail.
more within. It's a long road ahead. We can't wait to share that journey with you and really just collaborate, discuss back and forth every step of the way.
I can't believe they're actually doing ascendancies.
That's like
That's
Final
badass.
Fantasy. Like,
yeah.
Now some other stuff.
Gladiator
Some
turns
heard
into
about, some
Paladin.
haven't. First
Archer
off,
turns into Bard.
Aladris, you get to be an Earthen.
Wait, what?
Awesome blinged out dwarves, or maybe not so blinged out if you want to customize them differently. These are going to be earned just by playing through the War Within campaign fully. There's no rep to grind here, nothing else beyond that. It's you are meeting the Earthen as, it's a first contact in essence. You're going to learn about the nature of their problems, the nature of their culture. You're going to work with them to overcome those problems, win their trust. At the end of that journey, it will make sense. It will be a natural next step for them to lend you their aid and join you as either Horde or Alliance.
Sure,
so
that makes
yes,
sense.
Horde dwarves.
Cool.
We haven't yet finalized what the racial abilities are going to be, but the available classes, 10 out of the 13
Warrior.
available classes. Everything but Druid, Demon Hunter, and Evoker. Now on the right side here, you see a concept of the Heritage Armor you'll be able to earn from leveling your Earthen
That's cool.
to max level.
Great.
Right, Dynamic Flight.
Everybody knew this was going to happen.
So it was obvious very early on in Dragonflight, probably before Dragonflight even released in beta, that we could never go back to how it used to be. Honestly, we hoped that would be the outcome. We hoped the feedback would be, this is so awesome, we just want this to be how flying works forever.
Yeah.
But we immediately began, making plans for what that would mean, because it's the only way to go. And so, dragon riding is going to become the default, no longer just dragons, but dynamic flight now in War Within.
Yeah, it's for like all
beyond.
mounts.
We want to make sure. Oh, weird. I meant to have two mounts here, but I only see Ashes on the right. But anyway,
Invincible.
the key point being, we want to expand this to the broader array of mounts that you have available. I think the only downside of dragon riding, as it exists today, is that you don't have much reason to use so many of the mounts that are your favorites, visually, aesthetically, that you've earned and done so much to collect. You want to make sure that as much of your collection is viable as possible. So not every single flying mount is going to be able to support dynamic flight. There's some animation logistics to work with there, but as many as we can. It's a 3-digit number. We want a very wide array of mounts being able to just fly the way you've always enjoyed with your dragons.
Great. So it's not like 5 different mounts.
And just to clarify, like, this is the future of flying. So everywhere that you can fly
I sure hope
today,
you can do this with the hippo.
You'll be able to dynamically fly or dragon ride. In fact, not just in The War Within, a little sneak peek, I think in our upcoming 10.2.5 update, you'll be able to dragon ride in Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, Northrend, Outland, you name it.
Wow. All right.
We also understand there are some folks, for accessibility reasons, personal preference reasons, maybe you just like being able to AFK in midair.
There it is.
That, dragon
That's
riding
the reason.
isn't your favorite. We don't want to take anything away. We want to let all these mounts that can currently you do the old school flying mode toggle between dragon riding or let's call it TBC flying. Up to you, whatever you prefer.
Yeah. I was worried about that.
And again, to be clear, dynamic flight will be available from the very start when you go to Kazalgar on the Isle of Dorn, just as it was in Dragonflight.
Okay, great. You don't have to refarm it or something.
Old school TBC flying, Pathfinder style, will not be available right away, but it will be unlocked shortly after reaching max level with no reputation grind requirements. Just play through the campaign, explore the continents, then you can fly that way as well. The existing dragon riding glyph system in the Dragon Isles, we want to pivot that to a bit more of something that's evergreen. Some of those unlocked traits may change to only work within the Dragon Isles. Others that are more essential to just the experience feeling good, like vigor increases, regenerates, the active abilities, are just going to be things that you will inherently get as you earn dynamic flight and level up naturally. We don't want down the line players to feel like they have to go back to an old expansion and fly around and collect a bunch of glyphs just to be able to explore the new expansion. And in that
makes
vein,
sense. It's smart.
this is going to be the new default for leveling players. I mentioned earlier, when War Within comes out, instead of BFA, Dragonflight will be the new leveling experience that you merge into as a new player.
Thank God, bro. Imagine somebody having to do BFA.
And so you're going to get dragon riding very early in that experience. As you just level up, gain player levels, you will improve your flight ability and get all the vigor perks and everything else that everyone has come to expect. And that's just going to be how the game works
is this
as a
level
baseline.
20 now?
This is what flight is now.
Yeah, okay.
Great. You didn't mention Shadowlands? What's up?
3 years, we haven't forgot you. This is long overdue.
Here it is.
Oh,
we really should have
okay,
been
that's
doing
not
this
that much to get
earlier.
Yeah.
So there's a new battleground coming in War Within. It is a 10v10 map set in the Ringing Deeps.
Where's a
this
40v40?
is inspired by Silver Shard Mines with a few twists. The Ringing Deeps are a place that's full of natural resources. That's very sort of thing that the Horn Alliance will be likely to skirmish over. I'm going to show you a very rough, early, kind of like top-down mock-up of the layout here.
Okay.
The idea is, unlike Silver Shard Mines, which is radial symmetry, this is more, mirrored and reflects the two sides trying to both push their own minecarts to collect resources while also fighting over a pivotal central control point that's going to change the outcome and the momentum of the match.
Okay.
This is something that the team has actually been playtesting internally a bunch over the last couple of weeks. Having a blast with. When we make battleground maps, we don't really artify them. We keep them really rough, which is why I don't have any good images to show just yet, because it really is all about the layout. There's no point making it look pretty if the spacing isn't correct, if the exact paths aren't correct. That's going to be the next step. Can't wait to get this in front of everybody to start testing in alpha and beyond. And this isn't just a one-off. We want to keep adding new battleground maps going forward. This is an essential part of the game.
So like players can test it and give feedback.
And I mentioned 10v10, but we are just about to undertake a little 8v8 solo queue RBG experiment in 10.2 in a week or two.
What's this?
So depending on how that goes, you may be experiencing this one 8v8 as well. So stay tuned.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise, we have a few ongoing interface updates that we're continuing to work on.
Yeah.
In Dragonflight, we overhauled the HUD, the action bars, the unit frames, the baseline UI experience. We made it clear at the time that that was just the beginning. This is something we want to continue chipping away at, updating different pieces of the UI to be more streamlined, better reflective of the modern gameplay experience. So just a couple of examples here. So the spellbook, we are looking to modernize, update, actually make use of more than like a 1024 by 768 monitor resolution.
That's good.
Ideally, you're not going to have to flip through multiple pages to find some ability that's not on your action bars. Also,
I use this to play all the
with
time.
your talent screen. If you look at the tabs at the
makes
bottom,
it way easier for me to play the game.
Spec, talents, and spells all in one place, so it's kind of a one-stop shop for all the things that your character has available, rather than having two separate windows that you need to move between.
Smart. That is very good. That's quality of life, yes.
Some light updates here. I think improving the overall aesthetic of the quest log, the quest window.
Yeah, it looks better. I like that.
This is harder to show off just in a single screenshot, but we are adding a bunch of filters to allow you to hide and show different objectives, to see more quests available at once, to filter your log for the things you care about most. We also have a full pass in progress on our quest iconography to make it easier to differentiate between daily and weekly quests and remove our reliance on just shades of color as much as we do.
Sure.
It's really, it is a color blindness issue for the range of quest bangs, where the only difference is what color it is. And again, this is just a couple of examples of ongoing efforts. This is a project that will never be done. We're just going to continue improving and updating different aspects of the UI as we go. Yes. So this one basically speaks for itself. I mentioned earlier, your warband is a cross-realm construct.
So you just have different guilds.
Increasingly, so many of the activities that players engage in socially span multiple realms. You have a Ray group, you have a Mythic Plus group that you run with, a group that you PvP with, but you can't be in the same guild together. Not any longer. That's a thing that will change.
Fellowships.
Comes out. Apply, recruit. Server shouldn't matter when it comes to joining a guild, when it comes to being in a guild, when it comes to accessing the perks of being in a guild.
Well, what about raiding on Mythic, though?
And people may be wondering, wait a minute, what does that mean if now guilds are cross-realm? What about Mythic raiding? If your guild is cross-realm and your guild wants to raid Mythic, you should be able to do that day one. So
holy shit.
No more realm restrictions there.
There it is.
The Hall of Fame will still exist, just kind of as a memorial of accomplishment, but it's not going to be tied to unlocking anything anymore. That's just there day
Bro,
one.
we're going to fill up the whole guild
really
now.
Just philosophically, this is another step towards one of our goals.
Moving
just
artificial
tearing down barriers, making the game as social as possible, making it as easy as possible to play with who you want to play with, regardless of your server, regardless of your faction. As much as possible, if you want to play WoW with somebody, let's make that happen.
This is, like, what the fuck?
Right, so that brings us to the end of this whirlwind tour / deep dive.
Yeah, what the fuck is this,
features.
man?
I know there's still a bunch of questions, a bunch more information to share.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to do that in the coming days and weeks. But to begin, I'd like to invite everybody, if you have questions, if you're here at BlizzCon, go to the Darkmoon Fair in Hall D. You can drop off questions there. If you're going online, you can go to the WoW or WoW Classic subreddit or our official forums and either ask your questions there.
Ask if there's going to be a ranged paladin spec.
This coming week, when we get back to the office, we're going to huddle, review the top questions, and record streams for both Classic and for War Within, addressing the top questions to try to get as much information out there as possible.
Oh, great. More content for me. Holy dude, what the fuck? Like,
once again, thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to begin this journey together with you.
Oh my god.
Can't wait for the War Within. Enjoy the rest of BlizzCon, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I love you all.
What the fuck? Wow. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect, like, the extent of it. That's incredible. What the fuck? This has been the best panel by a mile. They just straight up announced they're making the game better in every way.
Would like to thank our partners.
Holy fuck, man.
Xbox, how are your dreams?
Like, Ian cooked? He did, bro. Like, they've been cooking, like, oh my god. Yeah, like cross-realm dungeon fight. I think the MNCs are gonna. They already have that, right? I mean, shit. Is retail back now, dude? I think retail is back.
5K gear score for a VOA. Goddamn.
I'm not even kidding.
I think I had 5K on my other shaman, Wrath. I think.
BlizzCon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling, we ain't screwing around. We are playing for all the marbles. We are working to establish a thundering heartbeat for this franchise.
Welcome back, everyone. Right now, my team are working really hard on a stack of deep dive content coming up soon. But first, I think this is the big question that everyone's asking in their head. Was announcing 3 expansions the right move for WoW? Why did they do it? What does it mean for us? What does it mean for you? Because this is actually changing the paradigm of what being a, well, WoW following person is. And of course, to get the obvious out of the way, yes, this is straight from the Marvel playbook. I mean, come on, it's called the World Soul Saga. Or I suppose also Bungie with Destiny. And that really means their first goal here is to solve the big problem of being a fan of WoW. And that's the one we've all felt for the last few expansion launches, that there's an uncertain future, right? That it's a coin flip between the copium or the doom. You know, that every 2 years could make or break World of Warcraft again. Not anymore. Now we actually know what's going on. We know what it's building to. Cynically, that means you can get excited for them all at once. You can consume all the product. But more seriously, though, I think if you see this, it can get you a bit more excited, right? You can envision playing WoW for all of these years to come because you know that, like, outline of content is there. And that means you feel your investment, your time, your energy, your fandom, that will actually be, theoretically, respected. Now, it is a big gamble. If you didn't get excited by the big vision that Netson showed on stage, in a way, it's over, right? If the World Soul Saga isn't interesting to you, then now you know it's the time to cut the cord and to go, right? And for a lot of people, that may have happened. Like if at any point during the War Within the story doesn't stick, or maybe during Midnight, Blizzard aren't going to be able to surprise you with a big new expansion concept that'll win you back. And that's the thing. Since the sort of decline of Cataclysm, Blizzard have always had to ride on the next expansion concept being so big, so cool that it saves the game. Now they don't have that option anymore. And as Metzen says, they are playing for all the marbles. And that's what kind of matters, because they know this is risky, but they are displaying, I think, a confidence they haven't really shown before. We, in a way, have a similar story, so check out today's actually not sponsor, because it's us. Here's the deal. We're opening a membership site full of written content, podcasts. Basically, we're moving off Patreon. We're doing it ourselves, like, away from the big platform. And straight up, the reason why is we want to build away from, honestly, being, like, dependent on giga views and sponsors, so we can do more cool shit, like lore videos, like War in the Plaguelands. There's nearly 30 hours of lore podcasts up there. The lads are currently doing deep dive articles on BlizzCon stuff for our site. There's the private member lounge Discord to hang out in as well. I'll do a proper big video on it soon, but yeah, there's a follow-up, but you can head to the link in the description now to learn all about it and join up as a member. We're very excited. It'll mean more awesome creative shit, so that's all very fun. Link down below. And now let's talk about the impact of Metzen. I want Metzen at every party I'm ever at. He brings this level of energy, delivery, storytelling potential that is honestly, it is really incredible. He was brought back to Blizzard for one purpose, to save World of Warcraft, or at least to be the face of that, right? The energy of that. And that's what happened tonight. From the first "What up, BlizzCon?" and I would properly shout, but I'm in a hotel room, that would be rude. He really brought the energy that we all kind of knew him for way back in the day with the old expansion reveals. And for the past year, they've clearly been cooking on that creative front. Back in Shadowlands, they talked about this being like, you know, the final page in the Warcraft story, the Warcraft 3 book, and nobody bought that shit. With Metzen's delivery and how he introduced the World Soul saga, there's something new at play, though. There's a bit of a vision. This, Metzen is implying, isn't the same World of Warcraft that felt like it's been shifting and changing, unsure of itself, unwilling to kind of stand for something and stick to its guns. With, say, the obvious content that was not there in the middle of Warlords of Draenor, to Battle for Azeroth's breakneck twists and turns, Shadowlands' apparent changes from its early planning and all of that bizarreness, and even with Dragonflight kind of missing the mark in some of its story, despite their best efforts. It's been a long time since WoW's story has actually felt, like, well planned. Never mind, like, you know, planned and executed on. So, when the creative director steps on stage and says this...
Now is the time to come home. Now is the time to pull on your boots, pick up your broadsword or your favorite glowy staff, and get in this fight. Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever.
Certainly is a rallying cry, right? If you've got 1 ounce of love for the franchise left, like it's going to be stirred up by that. And for the first time in WoW's history, they made a big promise on stage that they will have a multi-expansion story to tell that they are firmly committing to. It also helps that Metzen was trying to sell us a story, not a product. His choice of descriptions, the way that he addressed players, it wasn't trying to talk to a room full of consumers. It did feel like we're all nerds, we all like the same shit, and that's what we get excited about. Kind of like what Metzen did back in the day with a lot of those big talks at BlizzCon. Obviously none of this good-sounding stuff stops them from making the same mistakes again, but the communication is the only thing that they can show us right now, and it is different, it is better, and that's a really good start. A while ago, on our Friday stream, we covered an apology forum post that Chris made for when he botched the Draenei lore coming into the Burning Crusade. He made this huge post in the forums explaining what happened. He was really apologetic, he took the blame squarely on himself, and just check out this line specifically. You all pay good money to adventure through this world month by month, and you deserve the best we can give. Don't lose faith, we'll do you proud. And you know, I think he echoed some of that today, saying that they still have to do their job right, which to me felt like a bit of a subtle admission that, you know, things didn't always go well recently. I mean, if you've been watching us for the last few years, we've made it rather clear what we thought on some of those matters. Now, obviously, Metzen has got a lot of work to do to live up to all these promises, right, that him and Blizzard are making on the stage. But enough of the meta stuff, let's just get into the saga. The War Within, part 1 of 3, were introduced to Anduin, or Manduin. Dude's shaken, and their portrayal in the cinematic, like, from a technical perspective, that's one of the best portrayals of a human in CG that I've seen. The way he flinches at Thrall's touch, but is able to sort of pull himself together. The world soul of Azeroth is speaking to them, and not just them. We have Xal'atath, Harbinger of the Void, a crystal of light and void, like the Naru, Illyria, the Void Elf, and, of course, the area underneath Sargeras' sword, and the sword itself too, right? It's basically a collection of the threads left unwound by the last few expansions, seemingly pulled together into one story. The War Within, referring to the war within Azeroth, but also I think within our heroes and our factions. How will Anduin respond to humans wielding the light when he can't? Will he embrace the void, as some things had sort of suggested? What will it mean for Illyria? Or Turalyon, who's been very notably absent? Remember, Turalyon's greatest loyalty, besides the light, was to Anduin Lothar, who, of course, we thought was the last of the Rithai bloodline. Not so. Light, void, how they impact the world soul, that's, you know, reaching out for help. That's kind of like part 1. And I know that could sound like a bunch of cosmic-y things. I want to be very clear, though. I like how they are exploring that in a very boots-on-the-ground way. Like, what are the new, like, races and factions? We have got dwarves. I mean, earthen, right? That's awesome. We've got these, like, Arithai humans that are these, like, fire, light-wielding sort of paladin dudes with big, like, airships. That's really cool. And Nerubians. So this isn't crazy weird stuff. This is like core Warcraft stuff, which is why it feels good to me, and why, like, at the end of the day, you know, light, void, before things got a bit weird in Shadowlands, like, that actually was genuinely cool shit we got excited about. Okay, part 2. World of Warcraft Midnight. What a name. We know less about it, but we know we don't wrap up the story with the War Within. That's kind of neat, because the Void makes an insurgence into Azeroth and clearly attacks the Sunwell. According to Chris, we will go around reuniting elven tribes like Nightblood, High, what else? I don't know. This is probably going to be the expansion, perhaps with Ashara's once elven Naga, butting heads of their former kin. As well as
wait, I don't. Yeah, this doesn't interrupt anymore. I don't
based
need
on how
different ranks.
Metzen said it, kind of once and for all. It's also part of their world revamp, starting with Quel'Thalas. That was incredibly exciting. It's one of the most exciting things that we know that they have this planned. That they've even started work on it already, of course, judging by at least one tweet from a dev today. Actually, no, that's just one of the many exciting things. The very exciting thing is we're going to have a whole expansion that is designed to lead into our final one, the Last Titan. The final part of this World Soul saga, the big thrilling conclusion, the Last Titan, where we will learn everything about the Titans, and with a title like The Last Titan, I think we can only imagine what's in store here. Is that Azeroth? Is that Aman'Thul? What, I don't know, kills the rest of them? We all undoubtedly have a lot of questions. The thing that matters is, we actually know those answers will be coming. It's not just pointless speculation of things that could happen. We actually know and have confidence that they're moving in a direction. Suffice to say, we'll be doing a very deep look into all of this once that lore gets its breathing room. So that essentially is our journey. I don't think it'll be 6 years. I think it'll be 4. I think it'll be like an expansion every 18 months. But okay, how's this going to work? Well, this is the furthest ever we've been able to see into the future for WoW. That feels kind of crazy. We're going to have a difficult time doing lore speculation within a story already laid out, but that's new, it's different, it feels confident, and to me that's quite exciting as a creator at least. All we can do is hope that they use the last patches of Dragonflight to lead us into this World Soul saga that feels like a saga and not just a collection of stuff they've pulled together on a whim. And I suppose to me, this is what WoW looks like with a creative director at the wheel. Question is, are you in? So far for me, it does feel like yes. That cinematic was really good, kind of hit me in the feels. Looking at the new zones and stuff for A War Within, I mean, come on. I was massively came into my own during Wrath of the Lich King. So you're telling me we basically go to like Ankahet property, or like whatever the new one's called? That is really cool. So all this stuff, looking really good. New game features, looking really good. Knowing that like whenever I'm doing lore speculation videos, there is a framework, so I feel like I can actually add value and not just be throwing random things out into space. And I suppose just that broader confidence that they are showing, that is really good. It's something that Matt actually said in our guild Discord. It's how I want to end the videos. This is a little quote.
What level is LA?
Basically, like they've salvaged all of the plot threads from the last few expansions. That kind of like,
for 5-man
do have like
like
good shit in them.
3 second frost shock.
Anduin's trauma is part of a storyline that
2 second
well
fire
done,
nova,
but overall it is a compelling place for that
with
character to be. So to me it seems like they are taking all the bits that they can sort of salvage and they're moving on again. And it feels to me like this is the sequel to Legion. And it's like a bunch of things have happened from Legion till now, but this feels like the true sequel to Legion. At the end of the day, Sargeras stuck that sword in, and we were all like, okay, that's going to be crazy. Where's the story going to go? And with Azerite, we got a little bit of that with Azerite, but then it just stopped. It feels like now it's actually picking up where perhaps it always should have. But with a far larger team, and I think quite clearly a lot of lessons being learned when we look at how like account-wide stuff is, when you look at the delves, right, actually having a proper pillar of content for, you know, world content players, like a lot of those changes. Yeah, it feels like this is perhaps a WoW team that's actually able to pull this off. It's pretty exciting to me. Okay, let me know what you think. I will, if you're at BlizzCon, hello, I'll probably see you at the Hilton lobby like tonight or tomorrow, right? It's gonna be crazy. Of course, you can check out our new site and all of that at that link down.
What else have you gotten for us, Bellylar? This is ambitious.
Welcome back, everyone, so we know what the future holds. Did you think there would be 3 expansion reveals? Because I kind of thought they would do something like that. I thought they would do some, like, Marvel-style presentation to just say, hey, we have, like, multiple years of things. Don't worry, there's going to be content. I didn't know they would go as so far as to say that we seemingly are getting a, like, Quel'Thalas expansion, and then also we're getting a Northrend expansion. Now, to get you up to speed, basically, they've announced 3 expansions in what they are calling the World Soul Saga. So, I mean, yeah, everyone's doing a saga now. It just is the way that it is. But what I think is potentially good there is a clear narrative through line, actually having a direction between the 3 expansions. For me, the big question is, are we getting these every 2 years, or is this an every 18-month thing, or an every year thing? To be honest, if they can go faster, I think they absolutely will. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw these every 18 months, and then after the final expansion, which is called The Last Titan, that will be the start of whatever their next saga is. I've got to wonder if there's going to be a world revamp. Surely after The Last Titan is the time to do that. Thinking about them doing like Helpful Ass and stuff in the second expansion, which is called Midnight, is kind of interesting to me, because in terms of art assets, between that and then doing Northrend and The Last Titan, I mean, come on, you're going to have so many art assets that I think a world revamp is almost certainly going to happen. But anyway, the big picture here, as we see in the cinematic, which, by the way, number 1, we've got Jedi Survivor looking Anduin. I like this Anduin, actually. It's a pity that that's obviously character development, or, you know, he was locked inside his body while his body did heinous stuff. It's a pity that happened through the Shadowlands, but certainly this portrayal of Anduin, I like. I think it could have more, I think it could just have more depth and intrigue than maybe some of the goody two-shoes Anduin that we got. So basically they are hearing the World Soul call out to them as expressed in these shots that totally do remind me of like the Oppenheimer trailer. So obviously some stuff is going on with the World Soul. As Metzen teased, ultimately there's, I don't know if it's conspiracy, but there is, you know, more to know. We've been speculating along these lines for ages. That's what we'll be doing over these next 3 expansions, culminating with the Titans returning in The Last Titan. We go to Ulduar. That's where like a big event seemingly takes place. We go to Ulduar, maybe Azeroth wakes up, who knows, but at the very least the Titans arrive. That's quite significant then, because of course Eridicron, the thing that he said, you know, after like at the very end of that cinematic recently, was that his whole plan is to basically force the Titans to come so that he can absolutely wallop them, because he thinks he's a big badass. Now, that is a plan that he's doing along with Xalatath. Xalatath, who is going to be a main character in our first of the 3 expansions, which is World of Warcraft War Within, where she is, well, leading a bunch of Nerubians. So, the sword, what sword exactly? We are going to be going underneath the sword, which is kind of cool. Actually, in this zone art, you can see, yeah, you can see, like, the tip of the sword piercing down, and I guess that, like, yellow light is, I don't know, Azeroth, like, defense systems or something, who knows, but it looks pretty damn cool. And if you've been around WoW for as long as I have, you'll remember all the initial rumors and all the talk of there being a massive, like, Azul Nerub zone, like a really, really big Nerubian zone in Wrath of the Lich King. It was supposed to be like some massive big thing. Then, of course, it got cut down into those 2 dungeons. So obviously we're seeing that actually be realized, which I think is pretty cool. And to go into this expansion's features, I think it's kind of interesting. Dragonflight wasn't really able to have big new features other than, like, you know, dragon riding and stuff, because Dragonflight was obviously fundamentally getting their shit together, right? Getting like that foundation built. So it's now then in this expansion that we seemingly are actually seeing new features be added to the game, seemingly in a way that's rather evergreen. I think the first big one to talk about is the delves. So these are basically described as a new pillar of endgame, as in these delves will fill up your Great Vault. The way it's described here is scalable world instances for 1 to 5 players, which provide meaningful gear progression that will contribute to a new reward track in the Great Vault for world content players. So that basically is helping to solve a really, just a really big issue, right, where the world content ends up feeling just like a bit pointless. The game then just totally ends up being like about raids and dungeons. So I think this gives them another really good opportunity to like get content in there. That can be done solo, I think will be particularly interesting. Certainly I could very fondly remember, say, the horrific visions that came in with patch 8.3. So I think actually when they start to experiment with their format, they can do cool things. I think horrific visions was like really proof that can work. So if you're telling me we can get that, you can do it solo if you want, you can do it with just a few friends, seemingly it'll have a top end of difficulty enough to like actually have the Great Vault, makes sense. I mean, to me that just seems like a good feature of the game, kind of like ticking a box that won't be massive for the MDI players, or not that there's that many of us in the MDI, but you know, the high-end mythic clusters, whatever. This maybe won't target them as much, but I think for a lot of people who just want to like stress-free, get home from work, and like they want to play WoW, but they don't want to play something that's totally brain dead. this seems like an actual piece of designed content they can play. Or even, you just want to goof around in your alts. So to me, that actually sounds really damn good. Our next big thing, massively account-wide. I know for a long time we've all talked about Star Wars, I suppose it's Star Wars Galaxies, no. The Star Wars, the Old Republic, the MMO, right? They have this system called Legacies that basically ties all your characters together and it kind of gives you this like account-wide progression thing. Well, we've got war bands. These are kind of interesting. They say players can enjoy alt-wide progression with all characters in the BNet account, regardless of faction. This includes Renown, a warband bank, achievements, and more things. And on top of that, you'll be able to, in Transmog, pick up any bit of gear and it will go into your collection regardless of, like, you know, if your character's the right armor type or, like, any of that stuff. So, this is pretty big. Like, seriously, man, as an example, I recently swapped to a paladin and I wanted to do a bunch of content. And I'm enjoying my paladin, but like my priest is the one that has the old renowns and has like done the old campaign stuff, but the paladin feels like the character that I want to play now. And that ends up being like one of those really annoying little barriers that just makes you be like, there's loads of other games, I'll just play something else. So I think this will kind of like remove a lot of pain points. I think that's really wise. Then on top of that, these heroic talents. Man, these heroic talents actually seem really cool. I don't know if they're like full like class skins or anything like that, but they certainly are allowing you to kind of lean into whatever class fantasy you want. So you can basically here see for the Boomkin, you're seemingly able to choose, I guess, like a sub-spec for these like sort of mastery talents. In this case, it's either Keeper of the Grove or Illumin's Chosen. Each one of those then has got like its own path of talent, so that seems like a bunch of progression, but also when you look inside those, they've got all their little choice nodes and stuff like that. And I think this being built on top of the existing talent rework is really good. One of the things that we've really seen from that team is with this talent rework, they clearly have got the tools to actually iterate on classes. I imagine whenever they just had like the big, you know, mop afterward talents, everything's very big. Whereas here, if they want to rebalance stuff, like they can reorder some talents. They can like change the points a bit, change the choice node. That's all seemingly led to a lot of really good design work in our current expansion. So with this, yeah, just a really good way of leaning into that. As an example, you can go Dark Ranger if you're a hunter. I think that's pretty exciting. There's some really cool stuff for warriors as well. So yeah, I think those talents, pretty sick. So in terms of our core features, right, we've got this new evolution of talents. We've got Delves as a new like sort of endgame pillar of content. Take like the island expeditions. What was the thing that really messed up the islands? It was like big Azerites grind. With Torghast, it was having to do, you know, getting your soul ash and your soul cinders, and people didn't really like that. Whereas something like this, where it's just its own pillar of the game, where clearly, like, if you don't want the gear from that, or you're not interested in it, that's fine. That's just the exact same as you not going anywhere near PvP, because you don't want to do PvP. Now, of course, one of the things they didn't talk about, but I think is highly, highly relevant, is rated battlegrounds. Solo queue rated battlegrounds. There's a Brawl that they're doing right now, testing that. That, like, certainly means that solo queue RPGs will be a thing in this next expansion, which to me is really exciting. Honestly, it's like, sometimes you really want to play that, like, proper sweaty game mode, which is really what Arena is, and that's, like, not the type of PvP for everybody. Some of us really love objective-based games. So that will mean that making, say, Battlegrounds will finally make sense for them as a team, because those Battlegrounds will actually be, like, leading to, like, I don't know, like a proper reward system, like, it'll actually fit with the game. So I completely anticipate that'll be happening with War Within as well. Then, for other things, Kel'Thalas, I've got to assume that also means Lordaeron for the expansion after this one, which is called Midnight. Okay, Midnight, I think it's a really cool name for an expansion. Sunwell stuff, got to imagine, and the amount of, like, plot potential that there is in Lordaeron. I mean, come on, you guys know we've done so many videos on that stuff. So that's exciting to me. And as for our final one, just my notes here say, return to Northrend, Titans return at Ulduar, vast conspiracy, learn the true nature of Azeroth. My thought for the last while has been that Azeroth isn't a Titan. Azeroth can, like, turn into a Titan if the Titans come and claim her, in the same way that, you know, Void wanted to claim Azeroth. That's why we had the Old God stuff. And that's why, you know, Sargeras and Legion wanted to destroy the world, because they didn't want the Old Gods to get Azeroth. So I don't think it's like, you know, an Old God gets to Azeroth and Azeroth wakes up as a Void Titan. No, I think that just, like, turns Azeroth into some insane, crazy, voidy beast. And I guess when you look at Azeroth, what do you see? You see she's, like, infused with all of these, you know, order magics and stuff. So it's like, clearly, is that her naturally? Or is that just the stuff that's, you know, all those Titan installations. Is that just what those have been doing? Which I've got to assume it kind of is. So overall, I know for a bunch of people, if it feels like it's more crazy cosmic stuff, that could be rough. And I totally get that. In this case, I feel like this is a good way of keeping it in Azeroth. I think, like, I mean, come on, guys, the massive thing here, we've got 2 of these expansions that are not taking us to a new, you know, bit of the map that they've discovered. They're taking us to Kalfalas, so I guess, like, Upper Eastern Kingdoms, and they're taking us to Northrend. They've never really done that. Like, yes, we went back to Draenor for Warlords of Draenor. I guess maybe that's the kind of scope they'll go with. It's kind of hard to say, but honestly, it's pretty damn exciting. Then the idea that, you know, based off what they do with, like, Northrend and Kalfalas, you could probably just spin that into a world revamp. Yeah, that's, like, kind of interesting. So, if this Titan stuff, you know, if this ended up being, like, we're, you know, going to some, like, random planet, meeting a whole bunch of new people, or we're going into the Plane of the Void, into Zarathumbra, I mean, obviously, I think players would just groan and not really be down for that kind of thing. But if we're going to be, like, dealing with all this stuff, which, like, you know, Titans, old gods, we've had that in WoW for a very, very long time. But if that's going to be dealt with in a more, like, boots-in-the-ground way, which, I mean, certainly is the vibe that you get with that really damn good opening cinematic. Yeah, it's actually got me feeling pretty damn positive. Mostly just, like, based on the back of the really strong track record of delivery. Like, you guys know, I have criticisms of some of the plot delivery, and things have been, like, a little bit bumpy as they've adjusted to this, like, pretty damn, like, brutal pace. But overall, I think, like, these themes are good. Like, these places, you know, can be fun to go to. Looking at the new zones, I think they look awesome. Looking at, like, the concept art for the Nerubians, I mean, come on, like, man, thinking about Warcraft 3, thinking about Wrath of the Lich King, thinking about Anchorage, of course, that's all, yeah, pretty damn great. And then, I suppose the other thing, which you'll notice in the new, by the way, look at the key art. The key art is really cool, like Illyria and Anduin. So, Illyria, she's kind of interesting. Whenever we kill N'Zoth, they put a voice line in where, I think Tyrallion was like, have the voices shut up in your head yet? She's like, oh no, new voices have joined their chorus. That's the thing, all these characters have seemingly, these characters who have been very, like, deeply connected to Azeroth in some way, they're getting all these visions. It's interesting then that for Illyria, those are rather different visions. Now a lot of that plot line with, like, her, Locust Walker, that was really fun stuff back in Legion. Yeah, like, narratively, I think they can probably pull this off. They certainly have the characters to do the job. And if they're going to be going through this in a way that is just more sort of boots in the ground, like properly celebrating Azeroth and, like, knowing that this is Warcraft, it's mostly set in Azeroth, that's the thing that we do, and the way that they've been able to do that by clearly not just inventing a random new island that we don't really know about. It's a big MMO. It's a world we've all been in. Yes, going to a new place is cool, but for so many of us at this stage, like, going back to Northrend is, like, infinitely more exciting, right? So yeah, there we go. That's my initial impressions. Obviously, we'll have to see. Like, I'll try to get my hands on with things. I've got an interview with some developers tomorrow, because I'm at BlizzCon right now, which is why I'm in this lovely beige box. I'll probably see loads of you there as well, so that's what's going on. We've got 3 World of Warcraft expansions. That's kind of crazy. Over in Classic Land, they've got, they're actually doing Cataclysm, but this Season of Discovery, to me, that actually sounds like a neat way of doing, like, almost a trial run of Classic Plus. Like, come on, getting, like, Black Fathom Deeps as a raid, that's a cool idea. So, yeah, I hope it does well. Okay, that's it for me. I've got a con to go to. Thanks for all your support, and yeah, I'll see you next time.
Don't play on this. Taco tip. Yeah, I don't know how to use taco tip. So we're gonna put points in Ellie. this, but I can't. I actually wanna. I actually wanna use this. So wait, what add-on is that then? I turned off taco or talented. That's it. Yeah. Gear score and talents. Or no, taco tip is for gear score. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Talented is the add-on. Alright, yeah, we go 5 out of 5 concussion. Take elemental warding for all damage taken, reduce up to like 6%. Non-period. That might be the play as well. Putting points in this after that. Put 2 in here, and then we have elemental. But we're going reverb. One of these made my shocks like a lower cooldown. I think maybe elemental fury, because I remember like early on, like you can get some shit. Alright, increases the damage done by your fire nova. Reduces the cool. Yeah, I need to get down to here, and then I glyph with it, and it's like a 2-second or no 3-second cooldown to fire nova or something like that. Both of them, like I'll have frost shock reduced as well. I don't know if that's a glyph, or I guess it's this combined with like a glyph or something. This takes 1 second off, and there's something else that reduces the cooldown of it. I'd have to look back at like one of my Wrath guides. Oh. Okay. I could go get Fizzle's Claw as well, but I think there's another quest that gets me to kill the Thunder Dinos, I think, as well. I think this has a follow-up or something. This leads to something, I forget. I had recently done this like on my Orc Warrior on Hardcore. I think it's like still the same quest as well. Oh yeah, I gotta go to Org for, wonder if I should go there now, I guess. So that leads to something else. Going back to Org to get that to like the advisor up thrall, I think. I guess there's this cave, or no, I gotta go up and do the climb for Fire Totem first. But yeah, then there'll be like a cave here that I like kill warlocks for like some. It's a quest item for the Fire Totem. Huh. Yeah, actually, I think I found this here. I mean, we are level 10, so it's like we out-level everything here, but I want to be a bit higher level before we go into the variants. It's not like I'm playing hardcore. I could die at any point. I don't give a shit. Just go, keep on going. Res up. If anything, hardcore's made me somewhat of a better player, I guess. That all goes out the window once I'm like 58 and I'm like questing in Outlands. I mean, I could try doing a challenge of not dying to that shit, but I'd probably die in a fucking dungeon though. I was a rough shaman tanking dungeons in TBC. Fucking hell, man. I need like more. I need the add-on that I had. It's like, what do I learn next? Kind of add-on that I had in hardcore. Because in Wrath, all the spells you learn are like in a different order. Because I can't interrupt here, so I'm pretty sure I get Wind Shear and Wrath. Like it's its own cooldown. Pretty sure that's what this is here for shocks and yeah, wind shear. But I think wind shear also shares a cooldown with them. I think I forget.
welcome everyone. Welcome. So this is amazing. Like you can't see, but we are right by the entrance to Hall D.
It's
so
incredible.
when people come in, they see us streaming like straight away. I'm like incredibly excited. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm like so incredibly excited. Yeah, but let's be real, guys. No one in this chat is here because you're hoping for like exciting Diablo news, right?
No.
No one in this chat is here because you're hoping for like exciting Overwatch news, right?
Yeah.
You're all here for WoW stuff.
Hearing the cheers.
All right. Now it's time to talk to my Dragon Riders.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
We really want Azeroth to feel alive and the home you want to come back to no matter how you play. Our next major update, Guardians of the Dream, is going live in just 5 days.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my elves. It is finally our time.
20-minute cinematic.
That's a promise, Holly.
Another shot of
Ashura.
Ashura is getting excellent screen time on this. They're like, her.
There we will have our final showdown with Farak and defend our new world tree.
Bingo card ready, fam.
That's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles.
Ooh, okay.
There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story
Tell us.
and the bridge to our next one.
So it's
Like I said
patch,
earlier,
right? It's gonna be like
we are
Fated
evolving.
Season.
We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters. BlizzCon, it's time for a new adventure. One that has grown from the very seeds of what captured our hearts in Azeroth. For veteran players, the last 20 years have led us to this.
Okay.
And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time. And
What's
who
going
better
on?
to talk about the first step in this
Oh,
journey?
who?
That's
me, right? Wait, the air has just got warmer.
I know.
I feel like
this is just
my
a
wounds are
woman.
healing. I feel like my gammy knee is clearing up.
Everyone's just floating above the ground a little bit. Okay. Wow. Here we go.
Here's the boy. Here's the boy.
Oh.
I mean, were you expecting this?
No, it's not on the bingo card, is it? Did you put him on the bingo card?
What up, BlizzCon? Holy smokes! Horde, where you at? Alliance! BlizzCon as one!
I mean, he is the ultimate hype man. Right,
Yeah, he's
like,
pretty good at this.
Thank you.
Fair play.
It is, thank you guys. It has been a long, strange trip to get back to this spot. I tell you that. It has been interesting this past year, being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One, I love Warcraft.
Good start, one of us.
Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be back and part of this Blizzard family again. As Holly said a bit ago, next year is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft. I can't even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning?
Oh, I wish I could say I had.
I love you. Crazy. We started thinking, so what next? Right? What expansion hook? What single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion?
I'm so nervous right
I know.
We started thinking about.
Can't sit still.
Well, I did.
This is like some
the
big
good
hype,
old
man.
days,
Like,
right? And some of those early mythic ideas that kind of established the background of Warcraft. Started thinking about even some of the newer ideas that have played out more recently, but still in a way feel a little unresolved. And in the mix of all that stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years?
Oh, the Magni expansion, just like we all
Was the
wanted.
thing that he came to warn us about in Battle for Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is there potentially something darker still looming on the horizon? I don't know. Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void?
I mean...
Talk to me, BlizzCon.
Disco War?
I'll tell you what, for nothing. My
Disco
pally
War?
Main, I'm all in on that kind of thing if it happens.
I've been edged to oblivion. I'm done.
And really the big question for all the marbles, what have the Titans actually been doing since the dawn of civilization?
What have they done for us recently?
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet?
Chat's like, I don't even care, I'm in.
Do we know everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world?
So it's okay if he retcons it, right?
saying.
Just be...
Of course.
Yeah, okay, let's just making sure.
Of course.
BlizzCon. All of these hooks. And 100 more. 68. Carry the 2. A bunch more.
Come on, we got 15 minutes left.
All cooking in the pot. Started to reveal a storyline. Something epic. How epic? Real epic.
I mean,
A
at the moment, it's the
storyline
troll
that in
expansion,
almost
'cause that's all he's
every
doing.
way feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling.
Oh, come
A
on.
storyline provided we do our jobs. We
You
do
start
the
to sound
thing.
like someone who doesn't know what it is. You start to sound like someone buying time while they quickly make an expansion behind the scenes.
20 years of adventure.
And I can confirm to you that
BlizzCon.
it's...
Are you with me, BlizzCon? We call this storyline the World Soul Saga.
Selling it as a storyline as well?
Over multiple expansions.
The World Soul Saga is so epic, as we covered.
So this is like a Marvel, like new generation,
It
right?
cannot be contained within any single expansion.
Okay.
It is built to play out over multiple expansions over the next few years.
I mean, that's a bold
Come on now.
right? I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Having said that, we are working on multiple ways to deliver this adventure to you a little faster than you're used to.
Wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
We're not going to get into it at this BlizzCon, forgive me.
Are you kidding?
But keep your ears peeled. I assure you, we are moving with purpose. And the last thing we really want is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So, it's coming. Also, given the scale of this monster, we have decided to change it up today. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Instead of just debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome,
Yeah.
we have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
Okay. I mean, got to be good, all right?
Am I going to be
Does this
alive
meet
for all
with
of
your
these
approval,
expansions to come
BlizzCon?
out?
I want to see it.
My friends, I'm gonna warn
I
you,
need to see it, dude.
there may be mild spoilers ahead. Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up. Are you ready, BlizzCon?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm very concerned, but also intrigued.
The first part of the World Soul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft, The War Within.
Ooh. Yes!
Wow.
Now you're talking.
Okay, there we go. Ooh.
In this chapter,
okay.
you will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself.
Oats.
Exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Arshkahet.
Oh yeah, Nerubians. I know, man. Underground. Iffy, iffy.
But as the forces of darkness close in around our precious world,
we have underground.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, we got underground zone.
We got underground.
Will be called to do what you always do, which is dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming. Talk to me, BlizzCon.
Show us something, Chris.
Gotta.
We're in our 30s and 40s now. You gotta show us something.
The second part of the World Soul Saga
maybe in my 50s.
is called World of Warcraft Midnight. In this chapter, you will be returning, ready, to the old world.
What?
To the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas.
Okay. Now you're talking.
Wow. Okay.
There, the forces of the Void have invaded Azeroth.
Oh, God.
Intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness and fear. You will not only help reunify the scattered elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever.
But the light are evil. That's what I heard.
We don't have to talk about
that. That's what I heard. I heard the light were evil, so I know, man.
Of course,
forever, huh?
BlizzCon, it is Azeroth. Things may not go to plan. Things may just spiral wildly out of control, leading us to the third part of the World Soul Saga. World of Warcraft, the last Titan.
Oh, now you're talking.
Oh, okay.
In this chapter, you will
Seems like
again
the end.
be returning to the old world.
Feels like.
This time, to the wintry lands of Northrend. And there, at Ulduar, you will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth.
So Riddicon's going to be a baddie, like, all the
Throughout
way
the whole
through
thing,
these,
yeah.
I reckon so.
You will uncover a vast conspiracy. One that stretches throughout the history of the world.
Honestly.
Yeah.
One that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions, and the true nature of Azeroth itself. In time, my friend, in time.
God.
And it's called Silithus. There you go. BlizzCon, my hope, our dear hope, is that you can see when it comes to WoW storytelling, we ain't screwing around.
Okay, I'm gonna need a bit more
We are
details
playing
about this,
for all the marbles. We are working to
Marbles.
establish a thundering heartbeat for this franchise. Now.
It sounds like yearly releases, doesn't it? Or at least like 18 months.
Now, BlizzCon.
Oh, dude,
Hearken
so,
to me.
like,
I got him.
Always wanted to say that. Thank you. Whether you are a current player, and I'm gonna bet that most of you are, or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be full raids in these expansions.
No, absolutely not.
Home. Now is the time.
I'm a bit
to
uneasy
pull on
about
your
this.
boots, pick up
I
your
just need
broadsword,
selling.
I need a visual. I need a visual. I need a
and
visual.
get in this fight. Friends, Azeroth needs her defenders now more than ever. Now, in a few moments,
oh my God,
we are going to give you a deeper look at the war within. But before we do that, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. I want to remind you all that sometimes very epic things can begin with small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments. And with that,
Okay.
BlizzCon. Proud defenders of Azeroth! Let the World Soul Saga begin!
Hey, okay.
Right.
I feel like back to WoW's roots, right?
Here we go.
Got that one. Oh, is this Anduin? Is this Grizzled Anduin? Grizzled Beardy Anduin. Called it. Called it. Called it.
Oh.
Can't hide those boyish eyes, Anders.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's hot now.
He's always been hot.
Anduin. Got some Southhanger variant stuff going on.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, this like whole cinematic is like just
lately. Something, someone is calling out from the heart of the world, like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin.
His hair is so chopped, I love it.
The world needs your light again. My son.
Nice.
I'm not that person anymore. I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
they're getting worse.
I'm getting my hair like that.
Oh, looks insane.
Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
Okay. I mean, I need a what's next panel right now?
Like instantaneously,
Like,
yeah. I gotta
You're
know.
not ignoring that sword anymore. I do have to say though, every time I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times, it gets me right in my heart. It feels like a new beginning, and it feels like coming home. And we are so excited about where we are going. And now that you've seen or heard the overview for the World So Saga, let's talk about the war within.
Okay, yes, let's.
Huh?
As we all
Holy heck,
gather
yes.
and explore beneath the surface,
I was kind of expecting it to be over then.
Yeah, same.
Peruvian civilization. They will
we
be
get
led
like a
by
features
someone
trailer
we
as
were
well?
first introduced to in Legion. Zalatath.
Yes.
A harbinger of the void.
Oh, yes.
The void brings destruction
I'm
and
sold
darkness
on
that
Zalatath.
threatens all light in our world.
Hot new
The
Zalatath
last
model.
time we saw Zalatath,
Yes, give
she
me
was
the hot new
coming.
Zalatath model,
Yeah.
man. Give
And
it to me
turns
right
out
now.
She was right.
I love
Give me
her.
a toy, give me
Amon
a body
and
pillow, give me
Thrall
everything.
and others share the same
I miss her
visions
so
emanating
much.
from the heart of the world. Some are seeing something quite different.
Oh, there's two different like visions going around. Wait, so other people are getting like voidy vision. Oh, okay. Oh!
Are not the same as the others.
Okay, now I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
No radiance.
Oh!
Just the shadow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there we are.
From below.
My queen.
Oh!
Oh, this is what I need.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Island Tour.
Ooh, okay.
The ringing deeps. This
Going
looks
underground?
awesome.
Nice.
Okay, this looks good. Hello, this looks awesome. Wait, what's this? Is that
Yeah.
the sword? Like,
Oh, yes.
Delve sounds like
Forge your warband.
Yeah. Warband. Hero talents.
Okay. Yeah.
Allied race. New race.
Nice.
Dynamic flight.
Yes.
Everything.
Incredible, of course.
Dungeons and range. Okay, I feel like we need to see this first.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this in a minute.
Rests upon the edge of the night.
Show us Zalatath. Show us Zalatath.
Yeah.
Lies deep.
Rest on the edge of it.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
Oh,
My
yep.
thumbnail saw it for the next 2 years. Thank you.
There's my girl.
Oh, my queen. So we get to choose, right? I mean,
In the
look,
war
I don't want to
within,
fight her.
alongside beautiful, unique underground zones, we will have
I'm not
challenging
fighting her.
dungeons
No
and
way.
raids
Are you
and
kidding
some
me?
new features too that are built to last. If you like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family, we have Delves. These are
Okay.
a variety of bite-sized experiences for 1 to 5 players that will
Okay.
offer endgame rewards. You may also find in your delve a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside you. And if you're like me and you have an obsession with alts, We have war bands. With this feature, you could treat all of your characters like family.
No!
Banks, reputations,
oh, yes! Beautiful. Sick! That's cool. Yes. Can we get a tabard? Can we get a warband tabard?
Please.
Warband tabard or
also
bust,
introducing a new layer of customization for your class specs with hero talents. You might want to take your character down the path
like
of a
cosmetic
dark
color
ranger,
tree, like
say,
class trees, right?
or
We
a
did kind of talk
Farseer.
about that.
We did, yeah.
More.
Okay, so no one knows what that means, Holly, but I think it's
Also,
cool, okay?
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, yeah.
You will meet the earthen
I need the
dwarves,
details,
and
though.
you'll be able to
No, that
unlock
sounds like
them
class
as our
skins,
new
obviously.
It does a
allied
bit.
race.
It does a bit.
I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf? The facial hair options are spectacular. There's so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel that's coming up.
Do Earth and
right
Women
after
have
the
beards?
opening ceremony
If Earth
right
and Women
here.
don't have beards,
What I can tell you,
it's
though,
a missed opportunity,
is
Avatar.
that the call to get into the fight to save our world will ring out when The War Within releases next year.
Next year, okay, all right. I have to buy the shrimp feeding dish. I feel like, can we buy it? It's only $5.99.
I sincerely want to say, we are so excited to begin this new journey with you. And from our hearts to yours, thank you for bringing our world to life.
Okay, do you know what? That was a slow start to that announcement, but I feel like they nailed it at the end.
And now, with his own note of thanks,
I feel like
Mike
they were...
Ibarra.
Hey, I'm not listening to Mike Ibarra. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, dudes, what do we think? What's the thing here? What's the general vibe about that? So, what about you, Abby? What do you think?
Okay, yeah, it's I'm like you. I kind of would have expected the expansion announcement first, and then being like, but then there's more.
Yeah.
This is just like one in a chapter of 3.
I get it. They wanted they wanted Chris Metzen to be on there doing his thing.
Of course.
But I really feel like if they'd sold it as a new expansion first, if we'd seen the cinematic first, or the features trailer first, it's like, this is new expansion. Because that looked awesome.
Yeah,
that looked great. The Warbands thing, like a little kind of alt guild, basically.
Yeah.
Sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Shared bank, please. Oh
yeah.
my god,
Amazing.
Shared region tab. I want a tabard. I want all that, okay? Like, that's amazing. Like, the hero talents, which sounds like kind of class skins light. I'm really looking forward to seeing more about
that does sound like that.
Like, you know, customizing what your kind of class looks like and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I feel like that was a win. That was like a big win. That's a good expansion.
We've got Zalatath there.
So exciting.
Nerubians. Okay.
And if they then said, but we're actually planning the next 3 expansions.
Yeah.
I just feel like that'd be a little more hype.
So here's the thing. The announcement for the 3 expansions, the World Soul Saga. So we've got the thing within Midnight and the one about the Titans.
Yeah.
In which we learn the Great Titan Conspiracy, right? The Last Titan. Doesn't that feel, I don't know about you, but to me that literally feels like end.
No.
The end.
It feels to me like I hate to like bring up another game at this point.
Yeah.
It feels to me like a Final Fantasy XIV thing.
Okay.
Where you're like, this is an overarching storyline.
Yeah.
I think the expansions will be shorter. I think we're looking at 2 and 3 raid expansions.
Yeah.
Like lasting a year.
Yeah.
They've always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like just having it all the way out of it. I think people that are saying the end of WoW are being very silly. I think you're wrong. I think you're completely wrong.
Really?
They are. Yeah, they're giving us an overarching like story that it means it takes away that kind of angst about, you know, what's coming
next.
And, yeah, and the idea that it's like planned and it's there and I think it's a really genius thing to do because I've always felt like that's been WoW's big problem with storytelling.
Yeah.
You know, is it's built on what's next? What's next?
Little 2-year cycles,
which is
right?
ironic that Chris Metzen basically did that for the entire thing.
Oh no, you're right, Chad. Yeah, the plan is 20 years,
Yeah,
right? 20. I don't know if that's an exaggeration, but 20 more. Oh my God, 20 more years of WoW. Okay.
Like, there's no way this represents the end of WoW, and I think I kind of judge you harshly if you think so, honestly.
Okay, but I think it's not. I think it makes sense to have that reaction.
Oh
like,
yeah,
off the top of your
I
head.
think it's good, and it does. It's meant to feel climactic to a certain degree,
Yes.
and in many ways, I think they're going to use these 3 expansions to tie up everything that's come before.
Yeah.
In a way, and like it's an Endwalker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's what we're kind of going towards, and then having a soft reboot after that.
Yes.
The idea that we're going to tie up the old god stuff, we're going to tie up the Titan stuff, and we're going to set ourselves up for something new after that.
Yeah, and they're letting us know that it's coming, which is cool. But this is so different. Like you said, this isn't our usual kind of like hype cycle. Like you know, we'd be fed a bit and then see that next expansion come, play it for a couple of years, next one, right? But now, giving a kind of like wider narrative, knowing that we have a bigger story in store. It's almost like anti-hype in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like hype. Like it's like okay, I know that there's going to be like multi-expansion setup over one expansion a year, maybe. But yeah, it signals a change in like the kind of the patch like release cadence. Like you know, it's again like everything around us right now. It's completely different. Like this is new. And change is scary. Change is weird, especially with WoW, which has like a formula, you know?
Definitely, and like I feel like a bold move like this is exactly what WoW needed.
Yeah.
Like this thing where we are changing it up, and you know, like the expansions are kind of normal, and they have like features that you kind of expect, you know, and like advancements that you expect, but having this grand scheme, what it does is it kind of very explicitly, I think Chris Messer basically says, it places like the story and the storytelling like above everything else.
You're
because
absolutely
it's like,
right.
This is the story, and we know that. We know that for the expansion. We don't know what the features of the expansion after War Within are going to be. We don't know what the features of Last Titan are going to be, but we kind of know what the story is.
You're right.
You know, and so what it's doing is it's like this, like it's placing the story and the storytelling like at the forefront. It's the thing we know. It's usually the last thing.
Yeah, exactly. We know like some systems. We know like a one big bad that might come up, and then you're absolutely right. So this is really cool. This is completely different. This is knowing that we have a narrative ahead of us, knowing that we can kind of have faith in it being tied up, because I think one of the huge frustrations that we'd have kind of on this like expansion to expansion cycle is, you know, characters drop out of the way, come back 1-2 expansions later, and you never know. We never knew what was going to happen, and it was like the WoW experience was tied to one expansion, and that was like the experience. Now it's the start of a narrative, or continuing a narrative that we know is going to end eventually, and it's so different. But I love this.
It takes away the angst, right? So what you can do is you can dip into the old god stuff,
exactly,
and then leave it. And it's like people aren't like, oh, they left that unfinished, because they know that next expansion is dealing with it properly. They can dip into like the world soul stuff and then put it aside and focus on like the War Within like immediate story, and people don't have to be like, are they actually going to do anything with this, because they know that is the culmination of the entire thing. And like I think that's incredible. I think that's really good.
And it's hitting all the points that we've wanted. We've wanted old gods. We've wanted to do this kind of, you know, underground thing that we've had hints at, and we want to find out what's actually going on with the Titans.
Definitely, and like I think the idea behind, and I honestly think, in a way, it was a really bad presentation, because I feel like
you wanted it to be flipped.
He built our angst so much.
Yeah.
With his edging and his kind of like, he announced the idea of 3 expansions, and it felt to me like we weren't gonna see anything of the new expansion.
No,
like, I was sitting here like I'm like so annoyed.
Your mic is dying. Might be too close to your mouth.
Oh, sorry. I was sitting here like I'm stressed because I don't think we're gonna see anything from the new expansion. And I feel like if they just got that out of the way straight away, and it was like, here's a new expansion, and imagine that, you'd be like, wow, that looks really cool. And then they'd show the Anduin thing, and then they talk. In fact, if they put that entire announcement backwards, it would have been 10 times as good as I think.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's what I want, but I'm kind of, like I say, that this is a completely different approach and a completely different like presentation style. Like they're just getting us used to like a new WoW, like a new delivery system, a new chapter, and like, and you know, it's in a way it's WoW 2. It's not WoW 2, but it's like a new it's a new way of presenting WoW, and it's a new way of telling WoW's story, and that is cool because WoW is like, you know.
We have to finish, but I just want to say I was completely right about Avaloran being fake. I was completely right about Avaloran being nothing. I was completely right about those fakes being fake.
Yeah.
And I'm just, the smugness is, it's bingo card out the absolute door.
And
like,
yet
we don't know anything. We don't know anything about anything.
Tear up the bingo cards,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah, totally. But there's some stuff in there. I think Grizzled Anduin was a very
Grizzled
good shout.
Anduin?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
we're gonna have to talk about Grizzled
whatever,
Anduin more.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
looks
I just
incredible.
want to say, I was right. We were talking to Belial yesterday. He still thought those links were real. Anyway, we gotta go. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today. It's been incredible. We'll be back with some more videos.
Yeah.
Weekly Reset Live coming up as well. Guys, you're amazing. I love you. I'm gonna speak
Bye,
to you on
guys.
Twitter
Mwah.
right now.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Here's the World of Warcraft Deep Dive.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go. There he is.
Good afternoon, BlizzCon.
No way.
So good to be back. Whether you
No
are here
fucking
in the
way.
arena with me right in front of me, whether you're watching from elsewhere in the halls.
No, dude, I have to get that.
Home. Thank you for taking
Oh
the
my
time to
God.
join me for this.
Oh no.
That's good. Bring it.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. All right. Here it comes.
Oh, no, run out.
Oh my
Sure,
God.
it's only one pack. That's good. Bring it.
Oh, immediate tuple.
Run out.
Everyone out.
Swift pot if you can, boys. Do swift pot. Send pets in. No. Don't tap Balrog. Move the fuck back.
Oh my
Just move
God.
back. Remove poisons while we run out. Remove poisons.
Somebody's gonna
Go
die.
out, boys. Out.
Careful on hard complete.
Come on, somebody
Oh,
died. There it
one way to go.
is. Oh, so you lost. Hey, you lost your character for no reason. And do you know why you lost your character? It's because you wanted to do damage. You wanted to use a death coil. You shouldn't have done that. You deserve to die. You generated healing aggro and you died.
How are you not out already?
Let's watch him die. Let's watch what he did.
Remove poisons.
Where is he? Where's this piece of shit?
Just go out, boys. Out.
There he is. He's right there.
Remove poisons while we run out.
Okay, there he's right there.
Remove poisons. Just go out, boys. Out.
He wasn't running directly out. Watch him.
Fuck back. Just move back. Remove poisons while we run out. Remove poisons.
See, he's going at an angle. He's going like this.
Out.
Careful on hard complete.
He was slowed. He got yeah. He also got res or dispelled. But yeah, he did get reslowed
already?
twice.
Hardcore.
Bad
why are you
movement.
not
Yep.
out?
Give me if I'm up. Give me fast.
There it is.
Why are you not all out? Oh my God.
He got charged,
Are you
I think.
kidding me, boys?
Yeah, he probably did. He should have been out faster. He should have never been in that position. Big mistake. Tank down too. Wait, the tank died? Whoa, wait. Oh my God! I didn't even see that.
Give me fast. Oh shit.
Oh no!
Why are you not out?
Heal me if I'm out. Give me fast. Oh shit.
Oh my God! He died when he came out.
Hardcore. Why are you not out?
Heal me if I'm out. Give me fast.
Oh, bro, that's so sad. You see that? He comes out and then he dies immediately after, and he's got the molten core shield.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
Why are you not all out? Oh my God.
True.
Are you kidding me, boys?
True. Kungen is my raid leader aware. Yeah.
It's time to be a hero.
Oh,
Fade.
Mad season. No. No.
Shield self.
Heal him. Yeah, true. Really good damage there. Really good decision to kill that. Roach.
Oh, no.
Roach out.
Oh, no.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
Fear.
Roach. You can't fear them. They're undead. They're zombies.
Oh god. Nifty stopwatch.
Roach out. He will make it, I think.
Hearth.
No, that's a bad idea. Holy shit, he got autoed in the loading screen and he still lived. Holy fuck. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, just pick him up.
Ja, jag går och kollar och bang.
You idiot. You idiot. Oh, he said, yeah, what's wrong with you, you motherfucker? Bro, like, I'm gonna be honest. If I was this rogue, I'd be like, Soop! I'm out. Nope. What a fucking idiot, bro. Like, what? How do you do that?
Nej, jag har ingen mana.
Let him die.
Jag ser ut. Det där är...
Bro, it's over. It's over. Just run out. He says, Petri, if you have to. Get out, bro. Get out. There it is. That's the army of the dead. Where are you going? You're gonna get trapped.
Nej.
You know what? This is fucking poetic. Trapped and killed by rats.
Åh, snyggt.
Nej, det blev tänkte jag ändra.
No.
Men om man lämnar sist så...
Nej, det är dead tracks med.
No, he doesn't deserve to die.
Fitt på det.
Jag ser inget. Nej, alla dog.
Come on, please let him die. Please let him die. Come on. Kill him.
Åh, herregud, vilken timing.
Oh my god.
That's so sad. The shitter always lives. I'm so sad now. Did you guys know there's a hole here? And did you guys know these mobs do a knockback?
Pin.
Så stort mort.
True, by the way. Level 60. This is a level 60 warrior.
Oh,
womp womp, little bro.
Oh, never mind. I'm rolling with you guys.
Elevator boss?
I've never done this. Like, I've never done this. Like, how is it? No, really, I've never done it. I don't understand. Because you're Alliance? I mean, Alliance has elevators. We've got to deal with elevators. No normal player does this. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. This is insane. Okay, he's fine. Where are the nameplates? Where the fuck are the nameplates, Rammy? Ram, you ass. Where are you fucking nameplates? You can't see whenever they're casting. You can't see what anybody's doing. You should be cleaving. You have your fucking diamond flask up and you're not using it. You have blood rage. You've got a Petri. You've got your fucking potion. What are you doing? I swear to God, if you fucking die here. Oh, I'm getting pissed. Come on. Come on, get on him. Get on him. There you go. There you go. Heal. Heal yourself. Use your fucking potion. Wait, don't go down there. That's where more people are. Now they're gonna attack. You stupid motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Or what? Are you fucking kidding? Is this a joke? Fear. Fear them. Fear them. Click fear. Oh no, backpedal and click shield wall. Oh, that's an even better idea. Oh, fuck you. Come on, root him, something like that. Come on. Wait, he's gonna fight? Wait, he didn't even did he even use shield wall? I can't believe this. Is this real? Petri.
Ребят, это все. Блин, нахрен этот маг вообще, а?
You're done, man. It's over. It's over. You're done. You're dead. You're dead. Your character, you're gonna lose your character here. You're gonna lose your character.
Ребят, все, ребят.
You know what I think this is? You know what I think this is, guys? I'm gonna be honest. I think this is what you like to call natural selection. I swear to fucking God, bro. Like, I am so mad. I'm actually, this is like, I'm getting mad. This is painful. How did he make it to 58? I don't know. Bro clicked off the wrong buff.
Все, ребят. F. Все, ребят, все.
I can't believe it. No. Wait. Is this who I think it is? Look at the name. Is that actually Sea Lion? No fucking way. Oh my God. I had no idea he was playing WoW. Oh my God. Just kill him. Oh no, they didn't pay attention to the patrols. Oh my God. Why don't they just pay attention to the patrol? Wait, he pulled the room in there. No. Wait, what happened? Oh my God. He pulled the room in there. I'm not sure if that was him that pulled the room, but the truth is this was a mistake to have pulled that pack. You never skip packs. Never skip packs. You get righteous orbs. Why will you do that? Priest pulled, but did the priest actually pull, or did somebody else pull and then the mobs attacked the priest because the priest was healing? I don't know. Oh, bro, if I watch Sea Lion die, I'm gonna be so upset. I petried. Oh my God. Wait, how much health did he have? I petried. 31. Holy shit. Oh my god. He's gonna have to do it again. Oh my god, no. I canceled, I petried again, I'm not doing this.
No. Face away, face away.
Wow. Oh my god. 100% it was the Imp? I think it could have been the Imp too. Did Sea Lion survive? Yeah, did Sea Lion survive or not? Alright, we're good.
Wait, face away, face away, face away. Don't run up to the dog now.
You don't need to face those away. You need to face the... Wait, what? What do you mean face away?
No. Face away, face away, face away, face away, face away.
Flame guards, you don't have to face those. What the hell? What the fuck is he talking about? That's for the rock elementals. What an idiot dumbass. He doesn't even know about the trash.
Don't run up to the dog now, please.
Yeah.
I distracted.
We pull.
Just banish. Pick this up. Firewalker first. Flame guard to the wall.
Yeah, don't pull the dog on the right, boys.
Yeah, move back, move back, move back, move back. Oh.
I'm just... Guys, this is just too much for me, man. This is too much for me to bear. How is this possible? How does this happen? Bro, I need to lay down. Yeah, bro, like, I would be leaving the raid right now. I'll be like, hey guys, I gotta go. My goldfish is on fire. I gotta go. It's hamsters in the microwave. I forgot to put it back in.
Oh my god.
Petri.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Petri and leave.
Roach out, boys! Everybody run! Roach out! Roach out! Every runway! Get out of here! He doesn't even know about the trash. See, there are 4 different kinds of mobs. Now, there are the searchers that charge. There are the rock fuckers that stun, and they do a cone stun that does a tremendous amount of damage, and it's a fire damage, and it's a 5-second stun. The rock boys need to be faced away. And then you have the flame, I think for flame walkers, which need to be killed second and moved away from the raid because they have an AoE around them, and whenever they die, they drop a fire. And then you have the flame walkers, or flame guards, whichever one. And then the flame walkers, or the other ones, those are the ones you need to burst down because they're the ones that have the fire thing on, and they shoot fireballs at everybody. See, they should have known that. You should have known that. Why do you not know that? What do you do? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, this Petri won't save me. I'm dead.
Not everyone remembers everything? Well, then don't raid.
No, I don't.
Stop raiding. Give up.
If anyone can kite it away. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, quit raiding.
Happy. Wait for Pookies. Just down DPS.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Stop DPS. Soldrak, stop DPS. Kubet, stop DPS. Resolute, stop DPS. Happy is not even on the second threat list. It's gonna be fucked. Stop DPS. Wait for Happy. Althara, stop DPS. This is not a DPS fight. He needs to be on threat list, second one, because he will fucking die. Althara, please stop DPS. Just chill. Look at the threat list. He almost as big as Happy. Althara in second now. Althara is second now.
Takashi, careful your threat.
Ah, you fucking idiot, you deserved it. Ah, you little piece of shit. Oh, wow. You know why Athara was doing that? Because he was thinking to himself, this is the one time I'll be able to get into the top 10 damage as a paladin. Oh, this is my one chance. And to be fair, he made it. He's number 7. And now he's got a re-level. And yeah, he could have bubbled too.
He's dead.
I told you. I fucking told you. Stop
No, that's
DPS.
what you get.
Why do DPS?
We need the blood. We need the blood. We need the blood. Son of a car, let go.
No, that's what he gets. That's exactly what he gets. I'm so glad that he died. He deserved to die. He was told what to do. He didn't listen. He deserved that.
Han var skräcklig eller?
Ja, hon som hade lite...
Vad sa du?
Nej, men hon med...
Good cleave.
Men det var hon som var skräcklig.
Good. He'll kill him. He'll kill him. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Kill the one that's low. That's low health. Kill the one that's low health. Overpower. Overpower. You just had to dodge.
Is this where I die?
Overpower. Overpower. Kill the other one.
Spin på så det går inte att säga.
Jag är död.
Just bandage. Just bandage. Run away. Bandage.
Nej.
Alltså kommer upp en röd text.
Really smart decision by him. Really smart decision. Bandage. 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 Jesus. Oh my god, bro, I'm getting stressed watching these. I'm getting so upset. I'm actually getting upset. Wait, it's the same guy? It is! Oh my god, it's the same dude!
Oh my god.
Okay. Come on.
Oh my god. Alltså.
Why do people always just run away randomly? Why is this like the default? This is it.
Jag är död.
You have to do it.
Jag får rage.
You have to be a man. Ooh, somebody aggroed the extra mob. Literally no awareness.
Defensive stance, defensive stance.
Måste fucking
I
charge
love how they're playing his account for him.
Från!
Good charge. Hey, good intercept. Good intercept.
Alltså den där poisonen!
Nu är defensive stance.
Shield wall?
Jag är död.
Does he have shield wall?
Var kom de härifrån?
Oh my.
To be fair, guys, the universe can be very cruel. The truth is, he should have never even gotten to level 52. He should have never gotten here.
My god.
He didn't get to 53? He didn't.
Okay, big fire amulet.
Yeah. Is he gonna run into the blue thing?
Oh! Oh my god.
He's dead. He's dead.
Holy shit, Petri, bro. Petri, please. No fucking shot, bro. No.
What did he do? Jump on the thing?
He fucking died, bro. He stepped on the fucking rune.
Oh man. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I'm getting really upset seeing these. Like, this is actually, it's really impressive how bad some of these plays are. Like, I'm literally getting mad. I'm sitting here getting mad.
Wait. Oh no, never mind. This is fairly in a route. I was
okay, so let me explain what just happened.
I'm on the PvP
so
server. Or
there's a wall
I
jumping
thought I was on the
method,
same server
and
as
I'm gonna go
my
ahead and come over
shaman
here.
tank.
There's a wall jumping method that allows you to get up to this quest giver. Naturally, you have to go down through this cave here, and there are a lot of elites down here and like higher level mobs. And this is to turn in for the Onyxia quest line, which is what they were doing here. And so another way to get up there is through the mountains, and you can go up through the mountains and avoid going through the cave. But the problem is that if you go up through the mountains, you also didn't clear the cave, and this teleporter here takes you down to the bottom of the cave, and you can't use the teleporter while you're in combat, which means that if you take the teleporter accidentally after you go up through the mountains,
we're gonna sell some shit.
Then all the mobs are going to be down there. Now, what's one mob that's down there? There's a dragon down there, level 60, elite dragon, and it killed him in a few seconds. There's an elite dragon. Yes, its name is Clairvoyance. That's true. It's a blue one. And So he accidentally walked onto the blue thing. Now, why did he do that? Because he's stupid. But that is why he died. That's what caused it to happen.
What did he do? Jump on the thing?
He fucking died, bro. He stepped on the fucking rune.
It is what it is. Come on. You idiot. You idiot. You fucking idiot. Ooh, you idiot dumbass. Ooh, you stupid little idiot. Ooh, you're gonna die. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is what you get. Now you're rooted for 4 seconds, 3 seconds. There's no way you can, no way you live. There's no way you fucking live. You're done.
Of course, I would do something dumb like that.
No, he resisted the net. Yes, he died to the die. All right. Okay, bro, there it is. Man, I was about to be very upset. Holy shit. That was scary. I thought that guy was gonna live. Man. So he did a starfire to pull?
Oh shit. Fuck. Tank is down there.
I wonder if a Rothy happens here, I forget. I think it only happens in, I can't even do it.
That's obviously what you do. You obviously jump down there.
Someone can tank some, should be fine. Kill the non-elites. This should be fine. This should be fine.
Really goes to show how important druid tanks are, huh? Yeah, that's the most useful druid tank, by the way. What the fuck?
Heal me, heal me.
Heal me, heal me, heal me, quick!
You fucking idiots!
You fucking idiots, no! He's gonna die to fall damage.
Fuck! Fuck you! Stupid fucking idiot!
That's right! Bitch! Oh, man.
Or actually, no, shaman.
I'm gonna watch that again.
Fuck! Fuck you! You stupid fucking idiot!
Oh no, he had a pot! Wait, did he have a pot?
Fuck! Fuck!
He did, it's right there! And he knew that he could die. He didn't even use it.
Idiot.
God, bro, that was such a good clip. He's so mad.
Dodge. Fire Nova, that is the one. 10-second.
No.
You can glyph this and talent it to get
Somebody
down.
messages him, dummy. Just feign death. Just feign death. Everything's fine. Let him die.
Accept this right now? That was horrible. Holy shit.
Wow. Wow. Holy fuck, bro. I'm glad, yeah. Main character luck, yeah, he just happened to have a summon at that exact moment.
Oh yeah, I gotta go to the bands now. Yeah, or no, let's do the poison quest. But I gotta close this window. It's getting chilly. I do Warsong Gold? Shut this up wide. I'd be up for some Warsong Gold. Let's go queue for it. Let's see if I think I remember very much Lvling here, and like it didn't. You couldn't queue for any of this shit until you're 60. Like you could queue, but it's just never popped. Let's check if that's the same. Or no. That was in Classic WoW. On White Main. This is Faralina. Wonder if we got like low level BGQs that happen actually. I'm curious. So can I queue for WSG? Wait, what? Can I queue for it though? Yeah, join the battle for that, if it happens. God damn. I know something there is blocking the mail. Alright, 2 minutes they say. Let's see if that's true. Can I do that actually right? Oh, I could do that from here, right? Will it teleport me there? I'm just wondering. So I could queue for this while I'm questing. Yeah. Okay. What did they say? Fries for me. Damn. Alright, now we do the poison quest. Grab a beer. Then we do it. Oh, wonder if can I get a Dalaran port as well? Like in Wrath as level 1, level 12? And I just have like access to everything else? Alright, there's a Zeppelin to Thunderbolt too. I forget what I asked, but this guy said yes to. Okay. BG popped. Okay. I'm down with it. Forget if I get experience from this, but we'll find out. Get some HKs, get some honor. I'm gonna need honor at 80. I mean, if I end up continuing to maybe trying to go to ICC, I don't know. Feeling I just want to maybe get this guy to 80, but I mean, I guess I want rating gear going into ICC, right? I guess for Kata. I mean, going into Kata, I would need rating gear to like just hold threat off of most of these gamers that are all like ICC geared, and there's like the Ruby Sanctum that comes after ICC. I remember actually. Stop their advances. This motherfucker, I'll purge his ass. talking, but I'm wondering if I get experience from this. Like I could just queue this up at a city or something. What do you think you're doing, boy? Always 1 HP, boys. Oh, big boy damage there. I don't think we're winning this. I don't have hair limbs, so it's whatevs. It's a time limit though, so it's almost like, do we get experience for losing? So they've got it here, so I'm gonna go if he's going tunnel. Let's see. He's going tunnel. Oh yeah, this guy's got speed running shit. He took the boots and then sprinted. Oh, no frost shock, by the way. Yeah. Oh, I get fucked. Took a guy with heirlooms down. Oh my god, that guy one-shot me, what the hell? I mean, I guess he's in heirloom and shit. Well, we're getting dominated, but I think because like we have like me at level 12. We got some level 11s here up in the lair. Are we getting like experience through this or at the end? Let's see if like my experience bar moves. We should probably just let them cap, I'd assume. Oh, we killed them? You guys can, I'll go get that flag then. Oh, okay. This motherfucker. No, let me go kill him. On the bright side, these alliance must be having the time of their life, just one-shotting me. But I mean, it's like, I signed up for. I knew what I was getting into. I just wanted to check if like BG's actually like popped at low level, but I guess they do in Wrath. Or you AFK, bro? You've been there like the longest time. Report AFK. You've been standing there the whole time, dude, just leeching. You could have been healing. I ran past that person like 2 times or 3 times by this point. What's up, homie? Oh, come on, fight me, please. Yeah. Oh! You one-shot me, Jesus. What the hell happened to me here? Fairy weapon hits trauma tanks with 25 overkill. A sinister strike hits for 185 critical. Get what else? Oh yeah, I have a tiny amount of HP, so yeah, it's just 2 hits. Take me out in 2 globals. I remember twinking out, and it was actually pretty fun. Like, bro, help us. I wasn't getting carried. I was doing some damage. Did I get any experience for that? It was like we were like almost halfway. Are we halfway now? No, I did not look like we got any experience for that. Did we get like honor? I can queue for it there, so I don't need to be in there, but I mean, I think I want honor for like some shit, right? Oh, what's this? Oh, we get a shield upgrade? Oh, it's not a shield upgrade. Alright, this the poison thing for the dude that's like nearby that's poisoned, right? He's like somewhere around there, I think, yeah. But we, yeah, get the poison thing, or the way to unpoison from a dude down here, yeah, this. I guess we pick up that quest for RC. Okay. think I can go into this area though, so I might be able to get some things as I'm leveling through Battlegrounds. That might be the play for Wrath leveling, is like just fresh basically. Don't have like a main to give me like gold and shit. Like it's more fun that way. If like I'm not blasting through shit. I mean, I kind of am, but man, I've got self heals. I probably would have died if I was just playing like this, like on a rogue or a warrior, or like a mage, or I guess I could only compare it to like other melee. But I want to give a quick peek here. Maybe honor. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get stomped in WSG every single time. I don't know. But there might be something worth picking up here. Or this is the map guy, right? Yeah. We can all just walk nilly-willy in here. Yeah, okay. Don't need a rank 6. Okay. Nope. Nope. I need the accessory person, right? Yeah, you. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, 400 honor for this thing. So I can get rid of stuns with this. That would be a thing I could pick up if I grind enough BGs. I mean, I could do that like really early on. It's just it's a miserable experience. But I mean, what did I get here? Like 20 honors, 23 honors. So it's like I have to go through that like 19 more times or something. Unless like I get like comps where we got 19. Level 19 people, and they're like just carrying my ass or something. Oh yeah, poison quest. That's what we originally came in here for. So the BGs do actually pop at low level, but they don't give experience. I forget when they do. It's like Kata or Mop. I forget. I'm not high enough for a Rothy yet. Big Sedge. We'll do this poison quest, and that should be all of our like Duratar quest, and then we can move our ass over to the Barrens. I'm playing this like a hardcore, but I'm like I just want to out level the next shit, I guess, to keep up. I mean, we got Joy's Journey, so it's like I'm gonna be out leveling shit, but yeah, get most of our like rep done for Oregon, like Dark Spirituals. Definitely need the fire totem for Fire Nova for like more of my damage for this guy in like demo form. Metamorphosis. That's what it's called. Okay, so I think this is the dude. Wait, Barber? Wait, what? We got Barber and Wrath? Wait, what? Did that even do that? Change my hair? What the fuck? I had like braids in front and like blue hair. But okay. A little achievement, I guess. That RFC quest. I I'm gonna wait till like I get Dungeon Finder at 15. That's like the same thing as like FF14 now that I think of it. Okay, so poison guy, right? It's somewhere in here. Or are we on it? Dear Tara, I need for a cure. Find Corgon. He used to be there. I don't know where he's at now. In Orgrimmar. Where is he at? Then bring the antidote to. Oh, this guy. Yo, was good. Okay. He used to be like in this area, but I guess that's the barber place. I didn't even know Org had a barber. I'm used to it being somewhere else. Now we're a fucking ginger. I don't even like this hairstyle. Did they change my face? No, okay. To the ugly one. So we go to Barons is the next, or no. Poison Quest. Kill some scorpions. Yeah, the layout is a bit different. There's like something like this, but it's like right around here is something where she calls it. There's a guy in between. Want to duel me? Okay. I mean, do you got like Crusader on everything? Nah. I didn't get to look at your gear, so no thanks. I don't even got water. I need scorpions. Yeah, like I just like one shot. He's level 20. Cleft the Shadow, that's what it's called. And then I gotta go back to this dude or something like that. I guess the poison dude is like in the house now, for that quest at least. He used to be in between some rocks, but it's not the same formation as Classic WoW era. I gotta bring that to a dude outside. Yeah, okay. And then that should be like all of the Duratar quests. Or the way that we can like move. Oh, I'm like muted. Oh, it's almost been like a 4-hour stream. Yeah, we're gonna turn this in and I guess we'll call it at that for today's stream. 4 hours in, it's like level 12, almost halfway to 13. It's not a bad start, but we got all the Duratar quests out of the way, so I think what we will do next is Barons tomorrow. Oh, I guess we still have Fizzle's Claw and shit, so there's that as well. We'll do that and then Barons tomorrow. thinking I'd do it all in one go, but nah. Alright. We'll log off in Oric and we'll call it a day for at least the stream. I still got the crocodile quest here actually, and Fizzle, so, and then we got the insignia for RFC as well. We'll do that all tomorrow, and then we'll move into the Barrens. Start questing there tomorrow as well. I mean, we're level 12 already. That's like a really good amount with the Joyous Journeys buff, where it's like 50% more. It's almost like private server kind of like speed, or no, it's good. I forget. I leveled on like Apollo private server. That was like a Cata server though. But it felt like kind of like maybe just as fast as us. I think I was doing, we had like a group finder thing. Get to do that at 15, so in 3 levels from now. Sell this shit, end the day at like over 2 silver I guess, and yeah, I'll continue leveling this character. Get it to 80, so we have it ready for Cataclysm. And that sounds pretty good. I mean, we'll probably do some. I don't know if I'll. I mean, there's a good amount of catch up. Apparently, there's gammas and shit or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I might be able to get into it. We'll see. I don't know if I go like enhance or Ellie for that shit, or I just go healer for gammas. I don't know. I'm not worried about that right now, but yeah, that'll be something. Maybe if I want to go into ICC and all this shit, I think gammas are meant for people to catch up in Wrath. I have no idea what they are. I'd have to really take a gander. Yeah, call it a stream here. Got 12 levels on the first day, so it's not bad. I'll probably make it a 20 or early 20s tomorrow. Bust out that shit. Like, honestly, once I get Dungeon Finder, I can like just spam that shit or constantly queue for it while I'm questing and just like get into like an RFC and all this other shit, so that'll be pretty lit. But until then, I'm gonna take a break. I'm done for the day. It's like 8:52. I want to watch like some The Walking Dead or something or whatever. I'll probably level off stream, so I'll be like maybe 14 or 15 tomorrow. Depends how much I quest here, but yeah. Call it a stream. I'm gonna get something to